Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stones Live Poker. I'm Jake Rosensteel. I am here with Justin Kelly, aka Fat Train. We got 5-10 no limit hold'em tonight.
I'm stoked.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, no, I mean, just the second I walked in here, I took a look at the lineup and I was like,
it's gonna be a good game.
This is gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Me and you always get the good ones.
Yeah.
Because Veronica's not here, so they know who the good. But again, Veronica. Yeah. Stripper pole accident. We didn't need even to tell you. She needs to pick a new profession, quite frankly. She needs to stick with commentating.
Yeah, or get some more practice.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Well, practice makes perfect. So for those people that missed it, you need to go back and watch the Survivor Series game from this last Saturday.
Absolutely.
That was crazy.
Crazy game.
2-5 game. At one point, a couple players got about 1,000 bigs deep.
Oh yeah.
It just got enough.
It was way big. It was. If I would have told you it was a 2-5 game, you would have thought it was a way higher limit.
Yeah, everyone that tuned in thought it was like a 5-10 or a 10-1/4.
They're like, oh, this is a nice big game, and I'm like, yeah, it is. Isn't it?
No, it was insane. So we got our second player through for our Survivor Series in that game. Congratulations to Hot Dog, who got his seat locked up for the single table sit and go. We now should have our lineup set for this Saturday Survivor Series, I believe.
Yeah.
Bios were due today, so we should have that.
Voting, judging, as we do.
So
yeah,
lineup should be pretty close to being set. We will be taking bios now for the Week 4 Survivor Series game. That'll be PLO, 1-3 PLO.
1-3-5 PLO. You're gonna love it. I think that's gonna be an action game as well.
Yeah. So get in here, crush some hours, get your bios turned in, and yeah, we'll play our Survivor Series game. It was really good. Got the Hydra coming up. May 20th through 29th. That's a 6-flight main event.
Tons of start days.
100K guaranteed.
It's gonna be awesome. It's like pick a day and play, just keep coming back.
Yeah, it's crazy. So one of the players we saw in that Crazy 2-5 game, Jason McRoberts, he's here with us tonight for a 5-10 game. It should be good. If we're ready to get down to the table, that'd be great. We'll start running through the lineup. We got Aaron in seat 1, Aaron. We saw him. He made a big laydown in one of the previous stream games against Bart Hansen when Bart was here.
Okay.
Fresh Life Poker.
Yeah.
Where Aaron had rivered the ace-high flush, but the river also paired the board. Bart, I forget what Bart had. Bart was betting for value with like 2 pair or trips or something like that, and Aaron snap folded the ace-high flush.
Wow, just gone.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So we don't know what we're going to see out of Aaron tonight, but Aaron's in seat 1. The aforementioned Jason McRoberts is in seat 2.
Good old J-Mac.
J-Mac, gotta love Jason. Sean Drake, who does nothing but crush tournaments, is playing in our game here. Sean, who final tabled the last Sunday of the month tournament again.
Yeah, you would have just seen him 2 nights ago on the other stream at the final table.
It's ridiculous. The guy, the way he does it.
Unstoppable.
And he finally ran bad though. He got it.
I know. Everybody said the thing is he's good, but he's really lucky. So we'll see how he plays tonight.
Finally ran bad. TD in seat 4. TD made a couple monster laydowns in our last 5-10 game. Looking forward to seeing him play. I didn't see who's in seat 5. Oh, seat 5 is Nate. Everyone loves Nate. Veronica loves Nate.
Everybody loves some Nate.
Nate is a monster. Then we got Peter there in seat 6. Looks
we go next to him, seat 7.
Tiny in seat 7. Brian in seat 8.
Who also, if you recall from our last stream, was part of the huge epic pot where it was bottom set against Azan, and he flopped the nut straight, and then they all got in. There was 2 over flush draws too.
Yeah, 2 flush draws.
It was just nuts.
Set, flop straight, huge pot.
So he's not afraid to get it in there.
And then seat 9, I believe we have Sean. The other Sean. Full hand developing here.
Here, Aaron with aces. Makes it 75.
Okay, full play.
Call. 4 players going to the flop.
King, Queen, Deuce. Peter makes middle pair. Aaron's aces are still good. Sean also makes middle pair.
35. 135. Call 135.
Are you loud or quiet there?
I'm getting better there, I think.
But it's too loud or too quiet?
No, it's a little too quiet, yeah.
Okay, wow, I'm like screaming in this here.
Oh, are you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, 2 play.
Aaron bets 135.
Check.
Aaron's still the best here. Sean gonna need a queen or an 8.
Sean's gonna try to take this pot away right now.
185.
Aaron also has an inside straight draw to Broadway. I don't see him folding here,
Call 185.
and especially not against Sean.
Yeah, and Aaron calls. He's gonna look him up.
Last card, 2 play.
Bet 185 to Sean. Aaron's gonna call it. River breaks everybody. Aaron's still the best.
Check, so. Half ace.
Aaron shows the aces. Sean lets go. So that's one thing we always talk about Sean. He gets, it seems like he finally gets everything in town and around, and then he comes into the cash games, and that's where he kind of trades off the run good for the run bad. Like he's cash. I mean, not that I mean he's necessarily running bad there, running an ace. He's just calling down super light.
Exactly, yeah. You know, and his tournament game, I mean, you know, it's a huge gear change between tournament and cash game. Huge gear change.
You can put a lot more pressure on your opponents. I mean, in a cash game, you know, if you get it in bad and poker happens, or you just fire another bullet,
Exactly.
3-barrel. In a cat or in a tournament, you can't do that. So Sean can put a lot more pressure on the players, especially late in tournaments where it's like, hey, this is all the chips you can have, and they can really make a player, you know, make a decision for his tournament life.
Yeah,
in a cash game, not so much.
No, in a cash game, say, you know what, you might have me, but I'm going to call, I might gamble a little bit, but in a tournament, every chip matters. So, you know, especially if you're done with
Yeah,
the
right,
players,
so
like you said later in a
65.
tournament, he's really good at leaning on the players, whereas in a cash game, it's a little tough.
It's funny, in a tournament where every chip matters, he's so liberal with them.
I know, right? But you know, I think that kind of works for him as a strategy because you get all these other players who are so scared to get it in there, and he's so nonchalant about it that they're like, I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah. Brian makes a 65 to go ace king.
J-Mac's gonna get out of there. Here's a look at stack sizes, guys.
Here we go.
Some decent stack sizes here.
Yeah, everyone's sitting at least about 100 bigs deep.
Yeah.
So we got our new and improved camera angle here. Just trying to like work out, see where we're looking at.
I like it. Yeah, yeah, that's good. You can see right in the eye here.
Okay, 10 to call.
Aaron's got the button in his hand.
Raise to 20.
TD's gonna min raise under the gun. That is not a straddle. He's gonna raise a 20 under the gun.
Call.
Brian makes a call on 9-10 off.
Sean's gonna check out.
Service on table 11, please. Service on 11. Call.
King queen for Aaron. Aaron's gonna make the call. And Jason's gonna call it. And looks like Sean D's gonna call it as well. So we got 5-way action going to the flop.
Check.
10-8-3, 2 diamonds.
Check.
No one's got diamonds. Everyone right now appears to have whiffed.
65.
I love it. Just whiff. Just super whiff. Just totally bricked it. Totally missed it.
Sweetheart.
Tiny orders good food. It always looks super good.
I'll take that.
Brian, everyone in with Brian bets a pair of 10, 6 on a 5. Yes, Veronica in the chat box, that is Nate, your favorite.
White sauce with shrimp. Do you want bottle or crab?
What's going on, Rick and Barstow?
What's I like about Veronica? She said, "Is that my Nate?" It's hers.
It is her name.
It's my Nate.
It's her name.
Light 20.
New York pizza. What do you want to drink?
Oh, now she's one of my shots. Again.
Light 20.
Worth it, you know. Seriously,
One
light
to
it
the
up
car.
career.
A bottle of honey.
So I think Nate actually has a straddle on here. He'll straddle for 20.
I'm just ordering the tiny special.
I'll put ice marks on the reader. I put micro.
Folds around to Brian.
Anybody else?
That's just killing me now.
And Brian really is good on everything. Two cards. King 4 suited. He's like, sweet, I'm in.
More than good enough for Brian.
Yeah, more than good enough for him.
You're welcome.
You gotta be hungry.
Jason ace 3 on the button.
But Jason wants it away.
Wow, he lets it go.
Yeah, I thought Jason on the button there with
That's
position.
a very Jason hand.
Yeah,
to put in
especially,
a 3-bet.
especially in position too, for sure.
TD will defend the big line. Neither of these guys, Sean or TD, are putting their cards on the readers. Jack 8-6, all diamonds. Nate flops top pair of the pair of jacks. Brian misses. Can't see what Sean or TD have. There we go. TD's,
nobody's got a diamond.
now we got everyone's cards.
Nobody's got a diamond.
35. 4. 4. And 4.
You know, see, you're in a situation like this that TD has, you know, even though you're open-ended, with the board being all the same suit like that, you hit your outs. You're not actually drawing towards that hand.
Yeah.
You know? And it's funny because even Nate has one half of his out there with the 7. But Nate's going to bet it and take it down.
Thank you very much.
Somehow Jason added on $200.
Hey, you notice that? Okay, why not? Why not? You know, I've seen somebody do that actually where they sit down and they keep matching the biggest stacks. So every time somebody else wins a pot, they just add on.
Yeah.
And it's interesting when you see that because, I mean, those people can get hugely stuck or just run over the table.
Okay, take the call. Take the call.
Aaron's going to look down
25,
Jack 9.
raise to
Good enough to play.
25.
He's going to get in there.
25 to go.
Jason here in the cutoff.
Now we know Jason.
Oh, I was going to say it's funny because the hand before you see Jason easily muck ace-3 with position. And now he's like, oh, 10-7 suited, one off the button. I'm in. Let's do it.
And there's Sean exercising his position.
Yeah, there's the position play.
He
I
also
think
takes a
still,
base king.
And yeah, okay. But
All
I think I was gonna say he's still stuck in the tournament mode, right? He's like, I'm on the button, I have to raise. We're going for it.
Sean makes it 110 to go. Now Jason knows that Sean's capable of doing this any 2 cards, and Jason's gonna call 85 more with 10-7 of spades out of position. King, Queen, Deuce, top for Sean. He also has backdoor clubs. Jason misses.
115.
Just fixed my headset.
Oh, you did?
I was like,
Okay.
yeah, it was just a loose connection. I'm like, yeah, I really can't hear anything, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
I like Cali Dong, spoke to the chat.
A lot of chat regulars. Hi guys, how you doing?
Kalon 1980.
Especially that angry pull-out girl. She seems to just follow us every time we're here.
Stalker status.
Way
No
stalker.
joke.
Way stalker. Every time the bushes shake, I'm like, there she is.
Oh, God.
Hiding out
It's
again.
really awkward.
Yeah.
I'm not staying late. You go through Davis and Dixon. 10 to call.
There's some fun hand developing. Looks a couple hands here.
Brian's gonna open up ace 10. No, he's gonna limp in.
10 to call.
And Jason definitely not going to be in there with the A3.
Option small blind.
Nate's got ace jack of diamonds in the small
Small
blind.
blind raise to 40.
He's going to pop it up here.
$40.
$40 total.
Okay, 2 flags, good luck.
Brian makes a quick call.
Yeah.
And Doom. What's going on, guys?
Check.
8-9-5, 2 spades.
Back 45.
Brian's going to fire out 35 here.
I actually, even though Nate's got the best hand, I actually wouldn't mind him folding here.
2 flags.
Yeah.
The 9-8-5 is going to hit Brian's limping range so much.
Yeah, well, and it's just totally away from your range. And you know that exactly, Brian can call you with anything at this point.
Check.
Which essentially, I mean, ace 10, like you said, could be just as easy as 8-9, 6-7.
Check.
It's much less likely that Nate had a hand like that out of the small blind. Both players hit the ace.
There's going to
Now Nate's got a check mark.
Yeah, the value card here. That's the force call card.
Bet 85.
Unfortunately, I think for Brian here.
I mean, Brian's gonna make a quick call here and get bad news.
85. So. Ace and 8 with jack flag.
Ace jack good.
And Veronica's Nate, quote unquote, Veronica, will take down the pot.
Okay, thank you. Line 20.
Yeah, it's nice to see Sean Drake playing some cash. You know, I mean, I'm just so used to him just being so busy with all his tournaments.
Yeah.
You know, that it's nice that he graces our present here with a little bit of cash.
Like 20.
Because he actually picked up, he won a couple bucks there on Monday night, right? What did he walk home with, a couple thousand?
Yeah, I think so. He took a fourth for 2-3K, something like that. Something in that window.
20 the car, like 20.
I don't recall.
You're like, if it wasn't me winning in the final table, I'd
Yeah, it's just like, okay, Sean's at the final table, super casual.
20 car.
Brian's got the straddle on this hand. Sean is going to call with the 5-3 of hearts.
Yes, like 20.
And TD
85,
will punish the limpers.
85.
Punish the limpers.
He makes 85 to go with ace-9 off.
Raise to 85.
Tiny's out, Brian's out.
Take card.
I think Sean's going to call, yeah.
Sean's gonna look him up.
Ace-King. Great flop for TD.
Couldn't have asked for much better after pumping it like that.
Problem is he's got the deck somewhat crippled right now.
Card. 2 play.
Sean, who flops hearts, is going to make a call. Ooh, heart on the turn.
Check.
Now TD also has the 9 of hearts, so he still is drawing live to his flush.
Check. Last
So
card.
TD here actually with a surprising amount of outs to pair the board or get another heart. And neither happens. Sean's actually gonna take down the spot here, depending on how the bet plays out.
335 in the pot. I think Sean's gonna bet somewhere around 250.
125.
Wow, that's a small bet from
Yeah,
Sean.
175.
Flush.
And TD insta calls. And shows the ace, and he's out of here.
Really small bet there from Sean. On that board, it's kind of like TD's gonna fold everything that's not an ace.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of curious to see Sean bet so small. I mean, it's like,
Well, and the thing is, he also had a really small flush too. I mean, at the end of the day, if he bets a large amount and TD decides to get crazy and just like shove, like he was just slow rolling the boat or something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's looking out to get raised there too. I mean, I get it. He's betting value, but at the same time, you know, kind of minimizing his loss in the event that TD does was just slow rolling a monster on him.
I mean, maybe TD like would call him with a pair if he's trying to get called by a pair of 10s, something like that. Maybe, I guess. But everything got there. I mean, nothing. If you're sitting in TD spot with a hand like 10s, jacks, 9s, something like that, and the way that hand's played, when Sean check calls ace king with 2 hearts and a heart comes, and then he leads river,
Yeah.
it's like Sean's rarely value
That's
betting
when you
worse.
say we're flipping his hand up. Like,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
Boom, here it is.
Sean's rarely betting worse there. If you have, compared, jacks, 9s, 10s, something like that. So it's either Sean's either gonna get called by true bases or a better flush, or he's gonna fold everything else. I think maybe a little bit bigger on your bet sizing.
Sean's waking up here with a nut flush draw.
Check.
The legend of Sean Drake continues.
Yes.
15. 15 the card.
Check,
Oh,
check.
other Sean.
Other
Wow.
Sean.
My bad.
Check, check.
My bad.
Yeah, Nate's gonna be 15. I was like, hey, but his legend still continues too, man. We're still in the last hand.
7 of clubs on the turn doesn't help anybody.
Check.
Gives Peter actually a little gutter ball, actually a double gutter straight draw now.
Check. Last card. 4 play. Check.
Spade on the river. Give Sean the nuts.
Check.
He's gonna check it.
Sean checks it all the way to Nate.
And Peter
yeah.
will oblige.
He does. Peter comes in the driver's seat.
75.
Now this brings up a fun point. Check raising on the river can really be a bit of a mental mix-up for your opponents. Because sometimes your opponents think, did you really know I was going to bet that? I mean, are you that good? Did you really know that you could just maximize value there by checking it to me because you knew I had to bet?
Yeah. On the same side, I think we've seen it's so rare to see the river check raise bluff.
Yeah.
That it's when you do it, your opponent's really gonna have a strong hand to call.
Yeah, I totally agree. And in this case, since Peter was just firing with air, he's going to easily get out.
Make it easy fold.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Poker pro Eric. Yeah, he makes a comment in that the last 2-5 game, the one we were talking about, the Survivor Series game, stacks are twice as big as they are here in the 5-10.
Yeah.
That 2-5 game was really nuts.
They were. They absolutely were.
Poker rules. What's going on, brother?
Sure, monsieur.
Change the card. 10.
Jason's going to get out of there.
35. Raise to 35. 75.
And Sean's going to make it 35. And
Raise
TD's
to
going to
75.
make it 75. That's on Nate here with a little Jack 9 suited, a fun little gapper connector, and he might want to be part of this here.
75.
He is going to call it.
See what Sean does now.
Three play.
Sean's gonna call. Out of position, ace 10 off. I'm not liking any of it.
Yeah, three-way going to the flop here.
And that's it, he flops best.
Yeah, he flops best right now. Nate with open-ended. TD with a couple of overs. I think Nate's also probably glad he doesn't know that the clubs didn't come.
Bet 155.
And Dumas, how we feel about 3-betting ace queen
Call
suited.
155.
I think it's fine
Okay,
3-betting
two
hand.
play.
Yeah.
You're ahead of most players' hands.
And looks like 175 is a bet. Call.
Check.
Brick on the turn. TD first here to act. Pots at 550 now.
Interesting there, it gets Sean off the best hand. Sean check folded his pair, his ace 10 there.
Yeah, and TD checks. Nate's going to fire 300 here. Into the 550. Which I don't really know if TD can do much here.
No call.
And he can. He's going to get out of there. Nate's going to take this down. Great bet by Nate. I think that was good sizing. I think it's enough to say you got a piece of that. The board's a little funky, so I don't think he's necessarily putting you on an 8, but even a 10 beats him, you know.
Yeah.
So I think just that the way that played out, he was going to take it.
Real interesting to see. I mean, Sean, if you're calling the ace 10 out of position, anyway, which I don't love, but once you flop 10-8-8, I mean, you really got to be convinced there. I mean, I get it, it's hard to overcall once you check the TD, but you're really hoping to take the turn heads up with TD, and then once he bets and then Nate makes a call, I get, yeah, it's a harder overcall to make, but it's also, at the same time, it's Nate. Like, we've seen Nate play.
He could be anywhere.
Yeah,
it's not like it's a rock where you're like, he must have an overpair. He must have jacks, queens, king, you know what I mean?
It's Queen
not,
6 there, where like the Queen Queen's like, I got to run under spade draw.
Yeah.
I can't fold here.
No, so yeah.
Call 10. Call 10. I'm on call.
Sean looks down to jack 4. He's in there.
Okay, four play.
Alright. We have one paint card between the 4 of them. Let's see what happens.
Check.
Ace, Queen, 8, 2 diamonds.
Check. Check. Check.
Aaron's deuces are actually still best right now.
Peter, always with that gut shot.
Check.
Looking for a jack.
Check. Check. Check.
Sean picks up 4, which actually gives him the best hand currently.
Bet 10.
Sean's still with the best.
10.
And Sean bets 10. I don't know why. I mean, yes, he has the best hand, but I think Aaron can make more money bluff cashing than expecting to get called there.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was just going to be like a check showdown. Here's
Like-
my monster 4.
I guess maybe that's what you're maybe trying to get the showdown cheap.
Yeah.
Small black.
So, word on the street is that and I'm not positive about this, but there's a rumor I heard that the 6-12 limit Survivor Series game this weekend, they're actually going to change it over to a no limit game.
I heard that from a little mouse as well, like no more than about a half hour ago. So I think we're right on the same page. I think they're changing it over to a 1-2 no limit game. Get a little bit more juicy, a little bit more action.
Yeah. But it's going to be good.
Call.
Yeah, honestly, those Survivor games have not disappointed.
No, they've
I
been
mean,
really good.
Always fun. I really enjoyed Yoda's foam muscles. Made him look like Popeye eating some spinach there. That was pretty nice.
It was awesome. He actually, and he made an effort. You know, you gotta love it. There's best dress category, and he swung for the fences.
He went for it. I love it. Huge fan. Flop top pair here for Peter.
Aaron
Call.
is gonna bet his open into straight draw.
Okay, two play.
Heads up to the turn. 10 on the turn. Top 2 for Peter.
Top 2 for Peter.
Aaron is still going to be betting his straight draw. He's not betting real big, though. It's not like he's trying to get Peter off of a jack. It's almost like just trying to lay his own price to draw.
Raise to
And Peter's going to raise it up here.
110 to go.
Call.
Easy call for Aaron.
Last card, 2 bet.
And whiffs it. Peter's still with the best, top 2.
Check. 155.
And Aaron has no part of it. So yeah, look, interesting there. Aaron kind of lays his own price on the draw there.
Yeah. He was like, we'll see what's up.
I think that's fine as long as you can balance that. If you're gonna do the same thing, same sizing with your strong hand. So if you're gonna lead, let's say like bottom middle set, something like that, and then hopefully get someone to pop you and then come right back over the top.
Exactly.
But you're gonna have to balance that. Otherwise, it's gonna be super exploitable. Players can recognize and pick up on every time you're just kind of leading small like a street. You're just trying to lay your own price to get there.
So it looks like we got a couple players who stepped outside from the table for a minute. So it looks like we're down to 5-handed right now.
5-handed, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5-handed, and the thing is, it's not that at a table like this, it's not like that means less action. It actually probably could mean more action.
Should. And this is when you're playing short-handed, where I look for a player like Jason who can get real creative. I kind of look for him to shine in these kind of spots.
Oh yeah.
He's got the best hand as it is. Well, maybe possibly. Nate's got 3s. Jason makes it 55 to go, and Nate's gonna make the call. Peter with the ace-6 of diamonds. 5-handed ace-6 suited here is more than good enough to play.
Peter's gonna think about it.
Especially against Jason.
Yeah, and Nate.
And Nate.
And Nate, right? I mean, it's... The thing about that is the upside potential is huge. I mean, if you hit, you can easily get paid fat by one of them. And Peter does pick up the nut flush draw.
Queen 7 deuce. Nate's 3s are technically still the best hand.
105.
But you see Peter, he's actually a favorite to win this hand right now. Jason Smith's 105. He gets Nate out. Jack on the turn gives Jason inside straight draw to Broadway. He's got to wonder though, what would Peter be lumping in with and then continuing on that flop?
Anybody need service? So I get up in time service?
This is the new Chinese question. So they named it.
So Jason's gonna fire again.
205, 205.
205?
205 for Jason.
Card.
Peter's just gonna call.
Hey, good luck, last card. 2 bet.
Heads up to the river.
Wow.
Queen pairs. Jason's got the best hand, but he's got to feel like ace-10's way behind right now.
Yeah. And this is still anybody's spot. I mean, I'm spot at 785. There's someone at his steal. I mean, I think if Jason knows if he checks here, he automatically gives this pot up.
Yes.
And so he knows that if for any chance for him to take this, he's got to fire out right now. And it looks like that's what he's going to do here. 305 maybe, something like that?
That's what it looks like.
It's supposed to be a little light into this pot size, however, it also looks like you're just value betting and you want to get paid.
It looks like a value bet.
Yeah, you already have the queen, now your river trips, pay me. And he's going to take it down, it's going to work.
J-Mac, the crusher.
I think the crusher, it doesn't even matter, just J-Mac, my hand's good.
I try not to be biased, but in that last 2-5 game, with as much crazy actions Jason was getting, I was rooting for him a little bit.
Absolutely.
I really would have loved to see Jason, get a stage, just because it's so fun watching him play.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you put him in a single table sit and go, winner take all for a main event seat, and that guy's gonna go nuts.
Fireworks, dude. Absolute fireworks.
I would really love to see Jason get a spot in that game.
I feel like he's going to be out first or he's going to run over the entire table.
Right.
It's like one or the other. Like, boom, okay, that was quick, or I won and it took an hour.
That's going to be a really, really fun, to watch, because it's winner take all, second place.
No, and everybody in that is their own sort of like poker animal. You know what I mean? So like you get those 10 people at a single table, it's just going to be explosions.
So let me ask you this: so if you're in that spot, you're in that. Let's say you get heads up with someone, equal chip count, something like that. Do you try to maybe like swap a little bit of action? So like, hey, if it's winner take all.
Oh, you mean if you're down to the final two?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So like, hey, winner, I'll give you 10% or whatever like that, or I'll give 10% of you in the main.
Normally that's something I'll do, and I'll even be more apt to do it if it's a player who I know or I respect or I've played with them before. Somebody who I know is on their game, right?
Yeah.
Right. I have no problem doing that. I definitely enjoy getting an action swap. That didn't sound right, but we're gonna go with it.
King 3-4. Jason's still playing the NEA's game.
Action dealer Paul is in the box.
And Sean doesn't buy it. I love it. Both players are full of shit. It's great.
Oh, and this is going to
Hard
actually
on the
give
turn.
Jason a flush draw here.
He's also looking to draw to a 5 for a straight. 8 on the turn, and Sean's 6 does play.
Wow.
If this goes check, check.
Wow, Sean 6 definitely plays.
And now
I want to see Jason's smile.
So sick.
I know.
So sick.
I wanted to see Jason be like, "Oh, is that true? Does that actually play?" God, no.
Oh, it's brutal.
I think you can see Sean just smiling over there. Sean smiling all the way to the bank that his 6 kicker plays.
So beautiful. So beautiful. So far we haven't seen anyone completely lose their minds. With this lineup,
I'm surprised it's been this tame so far. To be honest with you, I expected, and I think we're gonna get there. I think they're just starting to get warmed up. The cameras are just rolling on them now. They're starting. I mean, Jason's warming up, that's for sure.
absolutely.
And Sean D over here, a couple of aces. Now, I know that a lot of times they do aces crack promotions here. Does that actually also apply on the TV table?
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely,
good.
yeah.
So it's pretty cool. If you guys aren't familiar with that, if you guys come on down for a couple different hours throughout the day, they'll do an aces crack promotion where if you have aces and they get cracked, you'll get, depending on the limit you're playing, $100, $200, something like that.
And 200 for this table.
Yeah, it's actually really nice.
So all you gotta do is like stack off, lose, like $2,400,
And you can get 200 back.
You get 200 back. It's like
We call it
it's like a free roll.
It's like those mail-in rebates that you never actually mail in, but you're actually going to get paid this time.
Yeah. Sean makes it 60 to go with 2 black aces.
And we can't see Jason's mystery hand, but he's going to get out of here.
6 down the pot. No love for Sean Drake. Open up so many hands, finally pick up aces. That's how hard Sean is to read.
I know he's sitting there smiling. He's just like, nobody will know I have aces. They're like, yeah, you have aces. We know.
Coming around. Whenever I see a player do that when they like open aces and everyone folds them and they show them like, oh, I'm like, look at how much money you didn't lose.
Yeah, yay!
Yay. I could have stacked you.
Oh, that's what I always tell people. I'm just like, you would have got that beat anyways. You didn't want me to call.
The real Psycho Daddy. This is 510 No Limit Hold'em streaming to you live from Stone's Gambling Hall.
Ooh, top pair for Tiny here. King 10 on the flop.
Bet 25. Call 25. Call 25.
Tiny's in the call top pair. Still can't see Sean's hand.
It's probably aces. That's what everybody else assumes all the time. And aside from Sean's mystery hand here, Tiny with the best right now. Pair 10, still good. We're gonna check down. Looks like I'm thinking that's probably the best.
Pair 10's good. Yeah.
That's the first pot I've seen Tiny drag, so
Just getting warmed up.
yeah, just getting started. And while we got a quick set, guys, I want to tell you, we have this great tournament coming up. It's actually a huge satellite into the $3 million guaranteed deep stack extravaganza at the Venetian.
Awesome.
So here at Stone's Gambling Hall, Annette Overstad and Erica Lindgren are going to be here playing in the tournament. $500 bounty on each of their heads. The buy-in's only $250, and for every 20 entries in the tournament, they're going to give away a $4,500 prize package to that Venetian event, which actually includes the $3,500 buy-in and $1,000 for travel and spending cash.
Awesome.
So for every 20 heads here, plus you can come here, you can meet a couple pros, you can knock out one of them, get double your buy-in back.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, definitely going to be a sweet one.
Sean, who somehow got involved in this hand with the 10-3 of diamonds, flops his flush draw. Looks like he's gonna bet 55, or I'm sorry, 55. Nate is gonna call bottom pair.
It's kind of a weird card for Brian with this pair. Now it makes him open-ended as opposed to just the gut shot he had before. Sean still with his diamonds. Nate's going to check. And he's going to get there. It's a board pair, but Sean does make diamonds.
I think Sean knows if anyone had a set or 2 pair there on the turn, he would have known about it. He's got to feel pretty good about his diamonds right here.
I think anybody with a set there doesn't want the diamonds to get there. They're firing on the turn for sure.
Diamonds are hard as any of it, yeah. 75 from Sean, and Nate is not a believer. Nate reaching for chips.
Nate's actually going to pop it up.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And Sean folds.
Wow.
2 1/4 from Nate, and Sean
Yeah.
immediately folds diamonds.
Nate the monster.
I gotta think the only thing you can put Nate on there is a bigger flush, I suppose. Because like I said, I would have to imagine Sean's got to think that any player with a set
Is firing the turn.
or 2 pair, yeah, is firing the turn.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you there.
Just really convinced that Nate, and then also that Nate would have had to check back a flush draw on the turn, and I tried to steal the pot right there. Really weird.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Yeah.
Bad form, Sean. Bad form.
Bad form. I'll take the hook.
I'm gonna tell this guy out like,
I like it.
Sean, these are cash game players. You can't just mow them over. We need them because we love them.
It's a needle love.
40.
Peter's raising it up here with Ace Jack. Brian's going to get out of the way. Sean's going to get out of the way. He makes it 40. Nate is going to look him up.
I'm still trying to get over Sean folding diamonds there. My mind might have broken a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't hurt yourself. I mean, it can be rough.
I'm trying to like look at the hand and trying to figure out like how is he really convinced that. I don't know. One side of it, I guess, it's like what could he be reasoning with?
Yeah. Peter Flood's the best hand, and it's going to hold. He's going to take it down.
Thanks for playing. Does anybody want to sit 2-4? 2-4?
Such a small raise. Like, you're not small raise. I mean, it's a value size looking raise. I get it. He makes he bet 75, beats a 150 more with a 2 1/4 total. It looks like value, but
Oh, versus the pot size. Yeah, I mean, it's a kind of a funky laydown. I totally agree with you.
really weird.
Anybody want that seat? We'll lock it up for you.
Poker Rules ask if they know if Sean's
Seat
stuck.
open
I
on
don't believe he
11.
is. And that's usually the thing when you're stuck. I think generally lean more toward making that call. And players that are stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rather than,
Absolutely. They're thinking there's no way he's got it this time. Like, I have to be good. Am I really running this bad?
yeah, right.
You know, I have to just call this.
Wow.
My bill of cut.
Brian's gonna get
11.
out of there. Brian's going to get out.
Jimmy Bluff it. Welcome to the chat box. Sean goes back to work. He makes it 35 to go, 9-10 off. Aaron will defend the big blind with the ace 3 of hearts. Ace Queen 7, 2 clubs.
He's 3 with the best of it right now. He's going to get there. Jimmy Bluff, it says Pocket J's in the booth tonight.
Right on.
Doing it.
Aaron check calls 40. 7 on the turn. Aaron already was
And
kicked
that's going to slow down Sean there, obviously. Sean's going to check behind him. Going into the river here. Aaron's going to definitely think his ace is best. He's going to fire out 40 into what was already about 165. Good little value bet.
And Sean makes it
Sean's
200.
going to raise it up. Now, considering they both checked this turn, I mean,
Well, here's the thing about.
yeah, no, he calls.
He makes a call.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He calls. Nice call by Aaron.
I wonder if Aaron actually intended to bet small there to induce Sean to raise. Because I gotta wonder, like, most of those hands that are there, Aaron's gonna be chopping anyway, right?
Yeah,
So
oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
thought it was kind of a weird lead into Sean. Because generally, I mean, unless you're really trying to get maybe get called by a queen,
Yeah.
maybe Sean's, like raising king queen, something like that, and then checking, see that flop.
Because literally everything on the ace jack, you're chopping.
Yeah.
With a pair of aces and the queen, right? I mean, so it's.
Yeah, it's right. It
No, I
really
don't
either
understand
Aaron's trying to
it.
get called by
It's
a
the way you
queen,
put it, like, you're
or
hella
he's
proud, like,
that tuned into Sean, and he's gonna be probed small enough, it'll induce Sean to spew a little bit.
Well, that was the angle he was going for. Mission
It worked,
accomplished.
yeah.
Mission
Wow.
accomplished for sure.
He's on a whole level.
Well, see, it's funny because you get Sean doing that raise, whereas a couple hands ago he's easily insta-mucking to flush to Nate
Yeah.
when he gets pumped to 150. So I mean, it's Yeah, so I think the game's starting to loosen up a little bit here.
Sean thinks, well, God, I just saw this move work. It'll work.
Yeah.
For, yeah. It works for Nate. It can work
I
for
can
me.
do that.
Kind of weird. That sounded kind of weird. Take it how you want. Yeah.
Tiny makes it 20 to go.
Jason's gonna call. Sean D is gonna call. Going to the flop. 4 action.
Sean's still laughing it off. Sean, there's a tournament somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know. Tiny with the best of it here. Pair of aces. Top pair. Worst kicker.
Jack on the turn gives Sean a pair.
40.
And Jason's gonna bet his Broadway draw. Tiny makes. Oh, good. Yeah,
No, I was gonna say, yeah, Tiny's just gonna flat call, looks like here.
It's gonna let Sean, or I'm sorry, Jason bluff at it again. Diamonds get there. Check, check. Jason's got second nut, no pair.
Second nut, no pair. He's thinking if you have nut, no pair, then you're good. Oh, I guess a pair is good too.
Pair's good too.
But, you know.
Thank you. I think they should be listening.
TD pick up? Or you just away from the table?
Is that, I'm trying to figure out, is that Sean stacked there next to him?
Yeah, TD picked up.
Oh, okay.
And
You know, TD said it's not a Survivor Series. I don't need to play here the whole time for votes.
if I'm not mistaken, I think we have Harlan coming over.
Which is always a fun player to add to the table.
Harlan's a
Of any
blast.
game. Yeah, absolutely.
Aaron makes it 35 to go off the button, king, queen.
Jason
Jason,
call, Sean Drake. In there.
Sean Bill,
Chips
9-5
on
off.
11, please.
King 5-7, something for everyone here. Aaron flops top pair, Jason in the middle pair, and Sean the bottom pair.
No, I haven't. I've been so used
I feel like this turn is going to open up two of these hands real close to each other here. No matter what comes on the turn, like, it's going to get a little ugly. We'll see.
And everyone's in.
I said I wasn't going to do it until after the season.
I won a $50 bet yesterday. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
10,
I expected more fireworks.
such a less dramatic card. And now Jason is going to take the check call lead line.
I wrote it back.
Just going to be at 140. And, action back to Aaron here.
Now, if Aaron's got to think if Jason really had King 10 here,
I'm not doing nothing.
would he play like this?
Wow. Gets away from it.
J-Mac.
He's gonna take the pot.
Wow, surprising.
And there's Harlan.
What's coming up?
This game should be insane already. I'm trying to figure out like why everyone's not stuck yet.
No, for sure. Oh, here we go. Harlan will change it up a little bit.
Don't worry.
You guys can see there, there's Harlan setting down some chips over there.
That's what I said. I wasn't worried about it.
And Sean's adding on as well. Here we go. Splash. Sean would be like the chips to be bluffing with. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's where this all went wrong.
104 behind on C3. And HK, how much can it be? 1,000 behind on C4 HK. Live straddle, $20 line.
Did I hear $20 live? Is that what I heard right there?
I think so.
We might have a little straddle action.
And Nate's got the straddle going.
Yeah, it has begun.
And Harlan does not miss a beat. He jumps right in the big blind.
Brian's gonna call. Aaron's gonna check it out here. He's gone. Over to J-Mac on the button.
Ace rag, Jason. It's good enough for a call.
Oh, for sure. On position right there on the button. I'm in.
Option check. 5 play.
And yes, it was alive. Nate's gonna check his option here.
9-9 Dewey. Trip 9s for Brian.
Player check.
And the problem is absolutely nothing for everybody else.
Checks through, 10 on the turn. Puts 2 flush draws out there, brings a straight draw as well, if possible. And it does hit Peter. So now Brian can definitely get called by worse hands.
Sean fires 75. Peter just flat calls here.
Sean's got the same hand, Queen 9 as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Peter's actually going to get pushed out here right in the middle. He's going to get sandwiched, unfortunately. The squeeze play is going to happen to Peter. You're the witness.
2 1/4 now from Brian, and Sean's like, you gotta be kidding me. Again?
Now, what do we think Sean's going to do? You think he's just going to flat, or you think he's going to repop here?
Sean's got to be flatting here. Once Brian checks back the flop and then puts in the raise on the turn, over another player's call after Sean leads, you've got it. It's just call all the way.
Exactly. And Peter quickly got out of there.
Now clubs get there. Now Brian's got to worry about Sean now. Would he check the flush here? Because this is the exact way that Sean would have played a flush.
He's going to play it safe. He's going to check down.
Check back, chop it up.
I was like, let's see the reaction here. He's like, I can't believe you play that cheese.
Let me bet.
There you go. Chop, chop. That's exactly what Brian is thinking on the river, though. He's thinking, did you make the flush? If you did, are you crafty enough to check it to me?
Well, yeah, and that's just it. After Brian puts in the raise on the turn, if Sean had a flush there, he might just check it over there to him. He's expecting Brian to have some strong value betting hands there. On the same side, also, I mean, he can call off of a pretty big bet too, so he might lead. Go either way there.
Yeah, I think Brian was just playing it safe. The last thing he wanted to do was get some money out there and have Sean just pull like this massive check raising. Yeah, well, now I have to think about it.
They chopped it. They chopped it.
Jason's giving free coaching.
Free coaching.
He's got the old ace-9.
One off the button. He likes it. He's gonna take it on up here. 35 total.
Sean at just 110 king-queen.
The other Sean's gonna get in there, so we got dueling Sean's with Jason in the middle.
Ace-6-5 is good for Jason right now. I think Jason makes a good check here with his ace.
Turn doesn't really change a lot of things for anybody here. Jason's gonna fire. Looks like 75. Cool.
Just can't flip the button.
He's gonna flash the ace.
Off the hook today.
Jason tries to get cute, can't get paid off.
I'm not playing.
Really go over there to Hawaii and
So Jason played both of the first Stone Survivor series, right? I think he played that first one. I think so. I think we had a couple returning ones, yeah. And remember, guys, you can, if you get in the Stone Survivor series and you get in, whether it's by a bio or you get in by hours, you can always play more than one. So there's one that's coming up every Saturday. So even if you're in one, definitely apply for the next one. I mean, again, it's free entries, free money, free entry in the World Series. Give it a shot.
Did Jason play the first Survivor Series? First one was a 1-3 game, right?
Yeah, and the second one, yeah, remember we had a lot of players who were used to higher limit playing in that game.
Cobra,
and I think he was, yeah, and I think he was. Jason was in that one. So we had 3 returning players in the second one. So I mean, talk about doubling your odds, right? One of which was Hot Dog, who ended up winning.
Yeah. Get thrown the second bullet. The second bullet's always better. Always better.
You learn what you're doing with the first bullet. The second bullet, you're solid.
Okay. Find out what fish are biting on. And then
You're like, okay, now I know.
Yeah.
The first bullet's just for information. The second one's the kill shot.
Absolutely. Sometimes Sean fires 5 bullets.
Sometimes.
Hard to kill fish.
You have to have at least a 6-shooter ready for any given tournament.
Any given tournament.
So great.
Speaking of 6-shooter tournaments, got the Hydra.
Yes.
6 flight name.
I'm so stoked because like I don't even know because my schedule's all over the place right now, so it's gonna be like great. It's just gonna be like pick a day, play, see how it goes, screw it. Okay, pick another day, play.
It's gonna be great. Now, can you? I actually got to ask Justin. Can you fire multiple bolts on the same day? I'm not sure.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, I'm just wondering, like, oh my god, how many bolts can you fire in that thing? The six.
You do it 6
day
once.
ones, like,
You're like, okay, well, I fired 2 or 3 bolts this day,
Yeah.
2 or 3 bolts this day.
the 15th bolt was good.
Yeah.
If I ship this thing, I break even.
Super strong. Kings for Brian, waking up with a hand over here. And does he just limp? I think he just limps here.
It's my favorite move in the book.
You hate when people limp with kings.
The limp re-raise, it's so.
You hate it. You feel like it's the most cliche thing.
Well, I think it is, and the thing about it is people don't balance it. They don't,
Justin answered. Yes, you can fire multiple bullets
on the same day.
on the same day.
Awesome. 12 bullets in the Hydra. Love it.
Unlimited bullets each and every flight. That sounds like I'm gonna get in trouble. That's what that sounds like. For sure.
Jack 4, deuce, all diamonds. Brian's kings are still best. He also has the best flush draw. I don't think anyone's gonna play with him though.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying about like the whole limp re-raise move. Unless
And he's lucky. I mean, how many hands can snap him right there? How many people got to that flop for cheap? You know, I mean, it's like, it's a daring strategy with the kings. I know what you mean, and it doesn't disguise your hand very well either.
but as long as you balance it, I think if you're gonna do anything you can do. I think you can get away with almost anything as long as you balance it. Like, so if you're gonna be limp re-raising kings and aces and shit like that, then you got to be doing that something with some of your marginal hands. Like 5, 6s. 6, 7 suited, crap like that. You gotta do it on the other end of it as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's too exploitable. You lose a lot of value. You gotta at least put that little thought in the back of your head where like, oh, maybe he might just have 5s. He could have, some ace 9
And
suited.
if you're gonna play it that way, you really have to be willing to get away from it for cheap. I mean, if you think somebody outflopped and crushed you, you have to be. I mean, that's the risk you took playing it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really just playing that to spike like a king and have this random boat that nobody sees against somebody else's flat and just stack them.
In a limp pot, absolutely.
A couple gut shots here. Gut shot for Sean. Gut shot for Tiny. Turns top pair. Top pair for Sean. That's going to be a solid card for him. He's gonna take advantage of fire out.
Tiny's now open-ended.
Doesn't have anything to do with it.
Not want to pay to play. Okay then.
You guys want to do a block pot going up?
So going back to that, like the problem that people have is that I feel like they don't balance it. There's been a couple spots where I've gone. I want to go blitz a player that never limps, but like will do the limp raise, will limp up front, and immediately okay, they got aces and kings like this.
Yeah.
And you wake up with some like a good busted hand like pocket 7s or like 6, 7 suits like that. On late position, and so you overlimp, and then some knucklehead like the small blind decides to put in a raise. And
Exactly, and then he comes over the top. He opens the floodgate. Everybody knew it.
How do you not know that? And you're just like
You're like the solid player limping in first position. What do you think it was?
Yeah.
You're like, I mean, come on, he's just like, okay, I have 10 jack suited. I mean, come on, he's got a monster.
Suited team. How the fuck you would pull that shit?
always. Come on, Harlan, show these boys how to play.
You were just playing with Harlan, right?
I
You were in cash game with him.
Yeah.
A minute ago, yeah.
Ran like Forrest Gump, races never come off.
I was waiting for him to break off though.
It was hard to make pairs.
It really needed to come off.
Actually, it wasn't hard to make pairs. It was hard to make pairs that weren't, running into like floats and straights.
Yeah. No, making pairs that are actually good.
Yeah,
That's a totally different story.
full of the thing.
You're gonna do both of them? Okay, what's your card number?
35? Yes, let me order.
12704. And you only put yours on 22,000. Okay. I'm gonna put a box.
Sorry, zone down there in the chat box a little bit.
Let's see here.
So mesmerized.
Getting some hands out there. Harlan's gonna get out of the way. Nate's gonna wake up with Queen Jack.
30 total.
Just gonna put in, looks like a little bump here, maybe to 20. Race to 30 by Nate.
You need this?
Brian's gonna get away. Sean doesn't have anything to work with here.
Woman, I need food.
And Aaron's gone.
Raise and take it down.
Easy money. I'll take that over a bad beat any day.
Solid.
Like when you get rivered for a chop, like it sucks, but at least you get your money back. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I can't believe you rivered that. Oh, I'm so frustrated. But I'm like, at least I didn't lose. At least I didn't get totally stacked. You know?
There's always a bright side to suicide.
Exactly. Yeah. We're gonna look at the silver lining of that one.
If Aaron's just playing some more hands, he might be able to afford to fix his hat.
Sick burn.
So Sean's got the straddle on, and Harlan immediately looks to take advantage of it. He makes it 60 to go with ace-5 suited. Nate's gonna call 60 with jacks.
It's kind of like the same
And Brian's gonna come along as well. Can't see what he's got yet.
Must did smell like this. You were all right.
Aaron's gone.
And Jason really wanted to do something there.
Well, the funny thing is, I want to say Jason's gone, but you never know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jason's like, I'm gonna look him up and I'm gonna start firing on it.
If it wasn't Harlan raising from early position, he might have. 5, 6, 7. Pair of 5s good right now for Harlan. But he's still got to worry about. I'm sorry, no, he's still got Nate behind him with jacks. We don't know what Brian's got. Brian likes to overcall with a lot of hands like that.
Oh, that's definitely right in Brian's range, like we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely.
And he's just gonna flat call here. Nate fires out, looks like a punter. Brian flat calls. Harlan with bottom pair, top kicker, but that's really a scary board. No sort of redraw. I really can't see him continuing in this hand.
What's brother got to do to get a spade around here?
I know, seriously. He's like, come on, guys, really? Like that's the piece you're gonna give me?
And he's thinking as if like I just know another 5's coming on the turn.
Yeah, I think we're doing a posture full. Yeah, here comes a 5 on the turn, I'm sure. Oh, there's the spade.
Almost.
Not gonna help. We got jacks versus the mystery hand here.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 150. Call 150.
Do not believe the graphic there, not all in. King of diamonds on the turn, or I'm sorry, on the river will definitely slow down Nate.
Absolutely. So if mystery hand was on a diamond draw, he definitely completed here. We're gonna find out. So Nate's gonna check it over to Brian here. And really it's a matter of Brian reaching for chips. He's gonna make it pay. Pots of 715. Brian fires like 2 1/4 looks like, something like that.
3 1/4.
3 1/4.
Nate can beat a busted straight draw, and that's it.
Yeah.
You might be able to beat. You can beat 6-8. You beat the 5-4.
But anything else that Brian would have, like flopping a top pair and a straight draw or something, he's got it. You're right. The only thing he can beat is just a busted hand. So Nate's gonna lay it down. Brian with the mystery hand.
We'll never know.
What do you think? What do you think Brian had? Think he had a 7? You think he was on diamonds?
He had Nate beat. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I agree.
I
agree
think-
with you.
With the fact that he just called the turn and didn't put in the raise, I lean more towards
Veronica,
diamonds.
it's like the 18th time she's corrected me, but J-Mac was not in the first Survivor. There was 3 repeats in the second Survivor, so again, enter multiple times. If at first you don't succeed, how's that go? Just give up? No, try again.
Fire more barrels.
There it is. Fire more barrels. It's my life motto, fire more barrels. I like this guy in the chat room here. Nitty Knit from Knitville. So over time, I like how donkey has been replaced by the term knit. It's great.
King 9-6. It's got a pair of kings.
Raise 55.
Plastica.
I like that series going a long time.
Welcome to the chat.
Call 55.
And I hope the Clipper series goes a while because
Nate fires 15. Aaron calls to the turn. Aaron's going to pick up a pair of 5s here.
Okay. 85. Call 85.
And Nate does not believe him. Aaron's going to fire. Nate's going to call. River, no help to anybody here. Nate checks it over to Aaron, and Aaron is not going to hold up here. He's going to fire like another 100 and some change, another 140. Really putting the pressure on Nate here with the king. Nate's hand definitely improved in the turn when he picked up another straight draw with it, but other than that, with the river, he can't really like where he's at here.
Now, if you're Nate and you call on the turn, I don't think
neighbors over there right now.
you're calling. I mean, yeah, you pick up the straight draw as well. but you're also got to be convinced that you're calling because you think your king is high or your king is good most of the time. And the deuce doesn't change anything, and yet he folds. Wow. If you're calling on the turn because you think that your king is good, yeah, you picked up some equity, you know, with straight outs as well. But I gotta imagine then with it when that brick comes on the river.
I don't know if he did call on the turn because he thought his king was good. I think he might have called on the turn because he thought he could catch up easily. Then by picking up that, because I think if he thinks he hits the 7, it's good. If he hits the straight, it's good. So I think he picked up another 7 outs and just went for it, and then decided, probably no good. Yeah, crazy thunderstorm here today. Did you get some of that where you were at?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I was out in Rancho Cordova and absolute craziness. Like, you know, shaking the building, shaking your car in traffic type thunderstorm. The flashing of lightning was so bright, I really thought I was getting hit by like the traffic cameras when you run a red light. You see the little bright flash? I was like, oh no, the ticket's in the mail. This is so bad.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, I hate it so much. And you just you know it too. The second it happens, you know it. You're like, I'm just waiting to see my picture and the little video link I can click on, and it's like full HD. There's no denying it. You're flying through the intersection going like twice the speed limit. It's bad.
I like it. I can't even argue.
It's bad. Not that that just happened to me like a month ago, but it's bad.
Yeah, I'm a little all too familiar with that process.
and they got me the ticket in under a week.
Yeah.
It happened on like a Monday, and I got it like Friday.
Gotcha.
It was just like, wow, okay. From some third-party company in another state. And I was like, thanks, guys.
Brutal. I think the PLO's running right now.
Yeah, I thought there was a couple of Omaha games running out there.
Right on. It is Omaha night.
Raise 35.
So it looks like Brian's gonna. I see Brian over the pot here to 35. Yeah, Brian makes a 35 to go. King 10 of diamonds. Harlan's gonna make the call. King 4.
Yeah, Nate's gonna call too. 3-way action here going to the flop.
5-3-8.
He misses.
7 on the turn doesn't improve anyone. Except for maybe Nate.
35.
Pretty smallish bet out of Nate. Brian's gonna get out. Harlan's gonna call here with the gutter ball. Misses. Harlan first
rip her a flush draw.
Yeah, Harlan first to act here. Now he checks down. Nate's gonna take it.
Queen 5. Pair 5 is good for Nate.
Hey guys, another really cool tournament coming up actually is on Monday, May 30th. This is called the Twitter Roll, hashtag Twitter Roll. And this is actually pretty cool. It's a $10,000 prize pool hosted by Stone's Gambling Hall. All you have to do is come in, it's only a $35 buy-in, and you just got to come in here and just show them your phone that you follow at Stone's Gambling and at Stone's Live Poker on Twitter, and they subsidize $10,000 in the prize pool, and your buy-in's $35. It's that easy. It's that easy. And make sure you read the fine print here if you check it out. If you follow any of the tournament directors, which it looks like there's there's 3 other ones you can follow here. If you follow any of the tournament directors, I believe you get an additional chips, starting chips. Just follow all 5 and you're already killing it. You got max value here, $35, 10 grand prize pool added. May 30th, be here. No excuse. It's gonna be awesome.
So Sean, who had made it 50 to go pre with a Queen 9 of diamonds, flops his flush draw. Harlan's got an inside straight draw to Broadway, also has backdoor clubs, and Sean's pocket jacks are behind Tiny's pair of aces.
Wow.
Nate's also got a pair of 10s.
Everybody got a piece of this.
Wee wee. 175 from Sean, and Harlan makes a quick call. He's in looking for one of Sean's jacks. It's gonna be hard to get there.
Nate's gonna get out of here. Tiny's gonna get out of here.
On the bright side of suicide, if a jack does fall, it will be good for Harlan because the jack of diamonds is already killed. Harlan now picks up a club draw as well.
And looks like Sean fired out. Harlan flat
275. Harlan actually has the best hand here with king high. He checks.
Now Harlan, I can't think that Harlan thinks if he checks your king high is good, but he might not want to fire it.
But you also got to mention after Sean goes bet,
Yeah.
that he's gonna be calling here a lot.
Oh, and this is where Harlan realizes he's thinking about it still. He's like, am I actually good here?
Is Harlan gonna slow roll the king queen?
Oh, I don't. I love how they just slide on super slow from off camera, just like.
Oh, that's all. Oh,
Well,
here
just
you
like
go.
you have that. Like, oh, I have this. Just this right here.
Might get those two fighting. Speaking of fights, did you catch the Olivier Biscay and fighting
People fighting each other.
Tran?
I did not. Was it crazy?
Poker players, yeah. I can't think of who, but they're doing it for charity.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, Olivier Biscay, and I can't think who he's fighting.
Not JC Tran.
Not JC Tran, no. God, I can't think of the name. I'm the worst. Anyhow,
So
but
what
yeah,
do they do? Do they do boxing?
MMA.
Oh, they just do
Yeah,
MMA.
he's fighting, yeah.
Oh wow, they went straight for the gusto.
Yeah, Brian Rast just fought someone as well. Doing it all for charity.
Right.
Yeah, JC Alvarado. Thank you. Yeah, Olivier and JC Alvarado fought.
And you know what? If you're gonna just fight in the cage, why not for charity? That's awesome.
not? Yeah.
We're gonna beat the hell out of each other for charity. J-Mac here, waking up with some kings, raising it to 50. Tony will look it up. He's got sixes. Nate with the mystery hand. Ooh, whiff there. Jason's still with the best of it here. Tiny's gonna check. Actions on Jason. Fire looks like 100, 100 and a quarter, something like that. 100 is the bet.
Can't see what Nate's got, but Tiny might think his sixes are good here. But no.
Out of here.
Yeah, it was Brian Rast, Sorrel Mizzy. Thank you, Jimmy Bluffett. Yeah, Rast and Sorrel Mizzy fought, I want to say, was it maybe a month ago? And it was just last week that Olivier Biscay and JC Alvarado fought. It was good. I played with Olivier Biscay at the WPT event. Nice guy. He's going to be on a podcast. I think it's tomorrow, either today or tomorrow. I think it might be tomorrow. The Part-Time Poker Podcast, co-hosted by our friend Andrew Barber.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Andrew Barber and Alex Weldon host the Part-Time Poker broadcast every other week, and they're going to have Olivier Biscay on as a guest, I think, this week.
Awesome.
Yeah, it ought to be good.
Very cool.
Yeah. Ask Olivier if maybe he thinks he's found a newfound career in cage fighting.
Yeah, no,
He did well.
that's
He
quite
did
the
well.
change. I like it. That's quite the change. You're like, oh, I just hang out, play poker, but I will also totally cage fight you.
Yeah. Either way, so whatever you want to do, we can either, settle it on the felt or
Love it.
in the steel cage.
Yeah, I know. Straight up. You want to take this outside? Let's take it to the cage.
Race to 105.
Wait, you want to cash out? No, not the chip cage. The other cage.
Sean wakes up with the old 10 Dewey. After Jason makes it 35 to go, Sean puts in a 3-bet to 105 with 10 deuce.
I love it. And the fact that Jason has deuces just makes this pot fantastic. No hearts for either.
King
of them.
9-7. But this is a good board for Sean to bluff at because Jason has got to smack that thing or die.
Yeah, it's a great board for both of them to just basically try to fire out and take it. And Sean does fire out 125. I pretty much can't see Jason flatting unless he's going to make a move. He's either raising or folding. And looks like he's going to call. He's flatting to...
Wow.
Oh, wow. And of course it's the case deuce, all hearts. Nobody likes it. Jason hates it. Really hates it. Sean's going to make him pay for it, it looks like.
125.
Now, for Jason here, what do?
You call.
You call strictly for board pair value, right? I mean, it's... Oh, no, he's going to put it to the test right now? Oh, yeah, now put it there. 250. Gets it
And I don't
off of it. Wow.
Okay, I really don't like that though from Jason, because for the simple reason he
opens up the floodgates, because if Sean does have the heart, there's no catching up. Sean re-jams on it, and Jason can't call it.
it's like he's trying to get Sean off of a small heart.
Yeah.
But what hands does he think that Sean's 3-betting with? That's kind of small arms. No, I mean, no money. Yes, it is.
But then again, he got 10 deuce.
Yes, it's Sean. But if you're putting Sean on a bluff, then let him keep blocking. And then you got all the showdown value in the world with your set of deuces.
Yeah.
If he's got any semblance of a real heart at all, he's not folding. And so really, I mean, and if he's just got a king and just barreling there.
Well, it's funny because the only time that's going to work for Jason too is if Sean doesn't have a heart at all. Because you notice how he min-raised, it was a super like value, I got you, pay me. Like he wasn't trying to blow him off. You know what I mean? So it's like, if Sean did have a heart, I think he's going to look him up there all day. So yeah, it's kind of a weird spot.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get worse hands to fold and better hands are gonna call. Like it's gonna. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Let the record show.
I think you'd be much better off just. I think you make more money by check calling Sean's river bluff.
Yeah.
And if you're beat, you minimize your losses. I just think it's all around bad. Bad form.
Bad form. We're gonna mark it on that bad form. Oh yeah, make sure some of these fun hands. Yeah, mark those down.
I'm gonna bet that with
the confusing hands. So it looks like diamond draw for Brian here, and actually picks up a gut shot straight draw as well here. Aaron turns a pair of 5s. Harlan actually turns open-ended with the 5 on the turn. Peter with top pair, sorry, not top pair, but second pair. And Harlan's gonna get out of there. Sean with the mystery hand at bet 60. It's on Peter here. Thinks his jack is good. Looks like he's going to call. Tiny says my jack is no good. He's gone. And Brian's going to look him up. Hope for diamonds or a 6 here going to the river. And 6 of diamonds completes both right in the money spot.
Gotcha.
Bink. So Brian picks up the flush and the straight, but not the straight flush. And looks like first act on Brian. He's just going to fire it right out. He wants to get paid. It's like 135.
Yeah, that completes all the draws. If he gets greedy, goes to check raise there. I think it's going to get checked around most of the time. He's got to bet that.
Yeah, absolutely.
135. And what is Sean doing here? Disco.
Sean with the mystery hand pushes all in.
Wow.
Wow. Well, that is going to make Brian think. Brian's like got to think twice here. I don't know if Brian called. Did he call? I think he called. Yeah.
Wow.
Done.
Queen 7. Sean.
Wow.
Once the straight draw gets there, the flush gets there.
Take it.
Oh, he called. I thought he said all in.
Oh, so did I. That's what it sounded like. I thought he said all in, and then I thought I heard the dealer say all in.
So
okay, wow. Okay, whoa.
You guys,
I was mind blown.
In our earpieces with the table talk, it sounded like Sean said all in.
And that was a quick call from Ryan too. If he did, I was just like, wow, there was like a no-brainer call there with 8-high flush. Okay, there we go.
I damn near lost my mind.
I was just like, wow. Okay, well now it's picking up in the action department. Right? Holy shit. Oh man.
I
think it was the dealer who's trolling us. You're like, I'm just gonna announce all in on the mic.
Yeah. As soon as he says call, I'm just gonna yell all in and throw the.
No! Don't do it. I was wondering because I was so patient and slow about chipping him his chips, right?
Yeah.
He was just sitting here like, okay, take him, and I'm like, he's not taking the chips.
Wow, like, Sean's taking that really, really well.
No. All right, raise by Harlan here to 35. King 9 suited. Tiny's gonna look him up here with King Queen. Brian's in there. Sean got out. Back around to Aaron.
And Aaron will defend the big blind with the jacket of diamonds. 6, 6, 7.
Nothing for anybody. Mystery hand for Brian. King Queen's the best that we can see right here. And now it's the best that we can definitely see.
Absolutely.
Picks up a queen on the turn. Aaron checks it. Harlan, forget about it. Harlan checks it over to Tiny. Who checks as well, actually. Interesting.
And Brian's going to try to pick up this pot. Now, we can't see what Brian's got. You could have a lot of queen 10 here, a lot of queen jack. I think he was going to bet a club draw. He would have bet it on the flop. Ace on the river. And I think Tiny should be total check call here.
Oh, absolutely. Tiny doesn't like the ace, but then again, it's not going to fray him off from calling down Brian.
Well, at the same time, if Brian's on a bluff, that might be just an amount of encouragement he needs to keep firing there.
And I mean, he could have been on ace high flush draw. I mean, doubtful, but possible. And he's going to make it pay for it. He bets literally the pot, 3 1/4. 3 1/4 into 3 1/4. So that's going to make Tiny think, what is Brian trying to accomplish here? Is he trying to get me to fold? Is he trying to get me to call? I mean, he bet exactly pot here.
Now, a player had asked earlier about how we felt about 3-betting ace queen. If Brian's kind of guy who's going to shy away from 3-betting hands like ace queen, rather kind of flatten his hand, then I guess it's possible, yeah, that he could have ace queen here. I mean, would he play that hand? He had ace 7? I don't think so. Or would he, I'm saying, would play that hand that way with ace 7.
You can see the guy in a good-looking hat, though, right?
I don't know, Tiny. King Queen might have been good there.
Yeah, it might have been. I think it was. I mean, obviously, I don't think he had, the trips.
Unless unless maybe Brian it just tried to pick up the pot on the turn with a hand like ace jack, ace 10.
That or like ace high flush draw, and then just hit the ace. I see that happen more often than not.
I gotta imagine though, if you're Brian, if you had an ace high flush draw, you probably would have bet the flop, right?
Yeah.
Maybe probably.
That wasn't the scariest board pair I've ever seen. And if you're Brian, you could almost represent those cards on the board anyways, actually.
The one thing he could have had a 6.
Yeah.
Because he would have had played a hand like 5, 6, or 6, 8. He probably would have played that way. Queen 6, 3. Both Jason and Aaron make a pair of 3s.
Nice little family pot almost going on here. 6 players in.
Sean makes the best hand with top pair. He's got Queen 10.
Aaron mucks it.
Chips on 11.
Jason mucks it. Sean mucks it. Harlan mucks it. And that's it. Best hand. Bet win.
Easy game.
Easy game.
Seat 9.
There you go. For those of you watching too, the chip denominations that we have in the chat room, as you can see, is the whites are actually $100 chips, the greens are 25s, the reds are 5s, and the blues are the baby dollars.
New dealer in the box. I believe that's Haja.
Rick and Barstow says, Angry Polak, Veronica, the way you were snapping them off on Wednesday at the Veronica and Friends show, do you have any left? That is a good question. Actually, I made the comment, I think, with Tuckman in here about Veronica. It was more like Veronica and Prisoners. She invited all of her friends to take the money, and then it started, instead of VAF, it was VAP, Veronica and Prisoners.
Dude, that was one of the best games that we've had. I mean, the last 10 1/4 game was really good. That 2-5 Survivor Series game was really good to watch. But that 1-3 Veronica and Friends game, that was nuts.
Yeah,
this absolutely absurd.
Great, and there was some great poker action. There were some great hands. There were some great bluffs. Angry Pollock said she's got one acquaintance left, and it's you. And it says she said acquaintance.
She's so sweet to me.
You will never make it to friend status. Sorry,
I can't.
dude.
Like, people just like try to avoid the friend zone. Like, I'm trying to get there. I'm
trying to get friend zone.
Can I just get friend zone?
That's hilarious.
8-6-4. Sean's got a pair of 6s. Might as well be the nuts.
45.
Aaron with a mystery hand again. These mystery hands, man.
He's got his cards in the reader. He's doing his job.
Yeah, he's good here. King on the turn.
Sean's gonna check it back, or sorry, check it over to Aaron.
And Aaron is gonna fire. He's gonna make it, what, 55 it looks like? And Sean's gonna quick call it
This
here.
might be a good call by Sean. So once that king hits the turn, what's Aaron, betting for value?
Well, 55 was a little weak. I mean, the pot was already at 200. 55 is only betting quarter of the pot.
I think Sean calls this. 105. Wow.
On.
If I was,
mystery hand is good.
Aaron would have had to really flop really strong there to bet that turn.
I mean,
otherwise you can.
well, maybe Sean's thinking, if he does have a 6, I'm not kicked. Obviously, with 5-6. Maybe.
Yeah. But you gotta imagine. I mean, you got some. If you had a hand, if you had an 8 there, or even if you had a 6, you have showdown value. You have the best. If you have the best hand, nothing worse is gonna call you when you bet the turn there where the king comes in. It does bring a flush draw. Maybe you call like a couple flush draws. But I just think that you're running off the worst hands, getting better hands to call you, and it kind of look kind of fluffy there. I'm just saying.
Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
It's a little fluffy. If I was Sean, I would have leaned toward calling.
Hey, you can coin that term bluffy. It's a little bluffy. A little bluffy. You just a little bluffy look to you.
I just don't trust a man who doesn't wear a whole hat.
Does he know there's a hole in his hat that his head went straight through it? Does he know?
Shh, don't tell him.
Okay, I won't. Alright, so it looks like Jason's going to take it up to 55 here with pocket 10s. Sean's going to call. Aaron's going to get out of the way.
Heads up.
Heads up action going to the flop here. If we saw like a 7 high board, this could get a little interesting here. Oh, no fun for anybody here. 10's still the best.
Check. 8 on the turn.
Showdown.
Checked again, and on the river here. Let's see where this goes. Just check down. 10's are going to take it. Not much thinking to do there. You know, I don't need to really make any sort of tight calls. Just check, take it down.
I could never go over 50. Like a monster. I could never go over 50. After watching the stream, you see me on like opening 10, like 205. Like, the cards are wrong. They misread.
Poker Pro Eric. Trying to ruin my evening.
Yeah, that's a visual you don't need.
Really did not. I could have done without that one.
Sessional players, no road check on the Omaha
Raise up 35.
And Sean looks like he's going to get in here with King 10 suited.
Aaron calls for 35.
Over Aaron with King Jack. Looks like we're going up here. Sean raises it to 35. Aaron's going to call 35.
Get on the board for the
Aaron
PLO.
calls 35.
Albert's over there in a bit.
Jason gets out of the way. Harlan's definitely going to be in there with some 7-3 suited. Nate's going to be in there as well. We're going to have 5 players here going to the flop.
Nate picks up spades. They also got a pair of 3s.
Player bets 35.
Robert Line for the school line.
Nate bets 35. Let you guys get out here. Sean's going to look him up once. 35 on Harlan. A pair of 3s.
Player calls. Heads up.
He's going to get out heads up.
Now Nate actually has the best hand here with a pair of 3s.
Player bets 50.
He's gonna keep betting it.
He's going to fire out 50, it looks like.
And Sean's not a believer. Wow.
Sean is not a believer.
Player check. Showdown.
Check.
5 hearts on the river. Completes the wheel if anybody was on the draw. Check down. And Nate is going to show the best hand here.
Sean showed him his queen deuce.
Free information.
Yep.
Looks like the stacks are gradually building up. Looks like we've got some guys approaching the 3K mark. Nobody's under a grand
Slowly
at this
getting
point.
there.
Yeah.
What if a 3 comes on the turn? I'm gonna fucking.
You will notice that some of these players are actually watching and holding their phones or like the smaller iPads here, like Tiny is. And what a lot of times what these guys are doing here in the cash game is we don't allow it in a tournament, but in a cash game you're actually allowed to watch the live stream. And you can see what was basically happening. And this is, we've talked about this several times before, Tiny waking up with aces here. But you can add a whole other level to the way you're playing a player. If you watch a player actively bluff you multiple times on the stream, he knows you saw that. Is he going to change his play? Are you going to adapt to that? It can get really many levels deep here when you're watching the stream. Let's see how this hand unfolds here.
So Tiny limps under the gun.
Player
I love that.
Oh, it's your favorite move. And the limp raise. Jake's favorite move here. Looks like he's going 260.
Sean had made it 50 to go with Queen 7 of clubs.
Take about a half an hour to wake your ass up.
Nate with King Queen here.
Runner. Or Golden State. I can't wait to see that.
And he picks it up, like you said, it's not disguised. I mean, you limp right under the gun, you fire up a huge raise like that. You know, it's just, it kind of screams large pair.
Yeah.
Where's he at? I don't know. Get him back over here.
The thing about it, I've complained about it so much. I don't know what running spots.
Just to show you absolutely, you're going to do it just to show you the do 7 when you fold, you're like, there's kings.
Yeah.
Better be careful, man. They're going to play against your reputation now. Watch out.
I saw him do it like 3 or 4 times. I wanted to play it. Once you see the
Oh, a little update actually from Justin here. It says live stream tournament rules are now the same as live game rules. Electronic devices are allowed, but headphones are not, and that is just to encourage talking and action amongst the players at the table.
Oh, there we go.
7 players. Check.
7 players in the limp pot, 9-3 deuce. Nate with a pair of 9s. Out in front. I agree with you, Poker Pro Eric. I've voiced my opinion. I beat that one to death already.
Seriously, with every pair. Alright, looks like Brian's gonna call the 35.
4 players.
Sean calls the 35. Wow, that's all sorts of. Alright. So many non-believers in this spot. Still 6-way action with the turn. Pots at 210.
Check.
5-way action. And Nate is going to bet his button here. He's definitely going to come firing out after everyone checked to him on the button with top pair.
Heads up.
Makes it 45. Going heads up here.
Brian made the call.
Check. Got 9.
It's going to be hard for Nate to get value from a worse hand. He checks it back. Big something. So I'm still a little bit surprised at the.
Nothing behind C6.
I don't say
Chips
lack
on
of action,
11.
but this game hasn't just like completely blown up yet.
For sure. No, I mean, I walked in.
With Jason, when I saw Jason and Sean on the list, Nate, Brian, these guys, I really thought, okay, this game's going to go absolutely crackerjacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we were spoiled because, like you said, that 2-5 game was just so crazy huge, you know, that when we were watching before, it was just like, I expected just massive action here.
Chips.
All right, over to Jason here with A6. 10 to call. Looks like we're going in for a little bit of a pop-over raise here. 35 is the raise by
Player
Jason.
calls 35.
Harlan's definitely in. 6-7. We'll take it.
Player calls 35.
And Peter's going to get in there on the button.
Player calls 4 players.
Wow, look at that. Scary flop for everybody. Nobody has any of it.
Check. The final.
It's a pretty looking flop, though.
Jason went out of the best of both worlds here. Inside straight draw to Broadway. He also does have a heart.
Woo! Wow, check that out. That is quite the board.
Jason's got a little flush.
Jason with the best hand right now. I'd love to see that as a royal flush complete. Oh! We have never seen. Oh wow, very
Counterfeit.
close. Holy jeez, that is crazy. If you either have the royal flush or you chop. That's insane looking board right there. That is nuts. I love it. Who's gonna bet like 25 bucks? Who's gonna do something? Check, it's on Harlan. He's almost like, it's almost laughable tempting to bet, you know?
Jason bets 800.
Is that what he did?
Jason bets 800 into a $145
I
pot.
love it. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. If this was Stone Survivor, I hope the votes flood for him right here on Gamble Gamble Player. Just something fun right here.
Please shove, Peter. Peter, please shove.
That would be just so epic.
Shove the shop.
There's only one other time I've seen a board like this, and I was in a game a long time ago at the Derby where they dealt straight flush 9 to king on the board. And Jason's win, it's so good. I love it. And he shows it. Of course you have to show it after you make that ridiculous bet. I love it. Take it down, J-Mac.
Oh, I'll call for the chop. It's J-Max.
All goes all in.
I love it.
I'm not gonna raise. I mean, I'll probably.
I love the gross overbet because you can easily do that if you had the 10. You know what I mean? Because everybody's gonna be like, oh, you don't have the 10.
Well, the thing about that is, but like no one's ever gonna call it.
I might have popped a bit of
Oh, I know.
So if
That's why it's such a disgustingly awesome play.
as sick
I just called.
as it is, Peter, I actually think if I'm Peter, that I really would consider just shoving. Because Jason would never. I don't think he actually ever would do that with a 10. Because no one's gonna call that much to chop. There's only 155 out there.
I know.
So I think you can shove there, and you're free rolling the chop. You're now free rolling Jason's $800 you decided to try to give away.
It's so disgusting.
I think if you're Peter, you shove. No one's ever.
That's such a ridiculous, like, backwards pot right there. I love it.
I think you're actually trying to steal the pot. I think you. I mean, well, hey, no mind you, yes, it worked for Jason. You're betting 800. No one's gonna call to chop, and you only lose to the 10. So I guess but I think you're almost less likely to get shoved on if you bet smaller. If you bet like 300 or 200, something like that, where it looks more like yes, there might be an outside possibility you might actually have the 10 hearts, something like that. I think it's less likely for someone to come back over the top of you.
That's funny. So Rita tells us Harlan was actually going to steal that overbet. I think he was kind of thinking about it too, but then he saw Jason just grabbing the stack, and he's just like, okay, fine, you go for it.
Jason might have been willing to check there until he saw that Harlan was thinking about doing something. Can't let him bluff me.
Yeah, no
I'm
way.
not donkeys like me. Like I bet 800 for a small pop. But like,
Harlan should have shoved. Peter should have shoved. It's a free roll.
I would love everybody to shove on the river. Like, I'm all in, I'm all in, I'm all in. Just like
I know,
the
I
most
never did
ridiculous
it
thing
either.
ever.
35.
I heard that
players. I mean,
this back when it used to be the Lucky Derby. I don't know if it was April Fool's or when it was, but one day they just on the first hand when one of the games started in the 1-2 element or whatever, they dealt every player pocket aces. They set up a deck to
Oh,
everyone
that's so great.
just as a prank.
Just to watch what everybody does, because you know it's just going to be like, and I would love to see that too, because it's going to be so like that check raise, re-raise, re-raise. I mean, I just want to see how that hand unfolds when everybody thinks they're slow rolling everyone else.
Yeah.
Heads up.
Full draw for Nate here. Top pair for Brian.
Player
We got
125.
Brian's going to fire it out.
So Brian actually raised the flop with his king four. Kind of an interesting little move.
Player call.
Nate's going to call here. Brian's still with the best hand and position.
Player check.
Nate misses his clubs. He's going to check it over to Brian, and his hand's pretty much toast.
And Brian's gonna value bet his kings. Wow, so Brian's actually raising the flop. Might have been for value.
When you know your king no kinger's good.
That's gross.
Yeah.
That's what Brian thinks in Nate's range. Like,
That's
I want to call here.
Yeah, top pair, easily the best.
oh, fuck it, I'll call. Just hold it on the turn, but get bored over here.
Should we bluff it? I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Looks like J-Max away from the table for a minute. We're just going to move Sean Drake over to the big Harvey folds. Nate Dogg's out of there. Peter's gone.
Player raised at 35.
Yeah, raised to 35 by Brian.
Player call 35.
Get him, Nick.
Aaron's going to look it up with some sixes.
Player call 35. Player
Sean's gonna
Four
call.
players.
Sean's in. He says nobody takes my big blind ever.
That's flop left.
Ace 9 7. Inside straight draw for Brian. Inside straight draw also for Tiny. They need each other's other card.
Mystery hand for Sean. Aaron with an underpair. 3 on the turn. Total break for everybody. It looks like Sean is betting 45. And that's going to be
Hey,
down.
don't lobby our players off this table. Come on, man.
So here's what I think's going on here. Is a lot of these players
Come on, Jay.
look at this lineup and go, okay, this is gonna be an insane, crazy, juicy game where chips should be flying for free. And all these players kind of thought to themselves, okay, well, I'll snug up and I'll take advantage of everyone else just throwing a party.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden,
everyone has the same stupid strategy.
everybody's straight in the snuggie 100%.
ECE in the house.
What you want to go in and play with this guy?
That's kind of what I was thinking too. I mean, when you have some of these games where you just look at it and you say, this is going to be a crazy loose game, etc., etc., you think, all right, the guy sits back and just waits for the monster nut and just gets paid every time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of these players are doing, which is just kind of really making for a pretty tight game here. Except for Jason.
They're starting to mix it up. Yeah, Jason.
J-Mac just, it does not matter, has no fear
Yeah.
in there.
How is still you bet? Because when someone comes up,
Sasha,
He's going to fire it up
I
here.
need some coaching. Need help.
shit, bet that's good.
Harlan actually made it 65. Nate calls.
You sure?
Peter gets out. Tiny calls in.
Player
No, don't look.
Brian's going to call as well.
That'd be funny if I had aces right when you said that.
And Aaron's gone. Jason's gone.
player call 65.
Heads up.
Sean Drake's
Five
in.
players.
We're going to see a flop. 5 players.
Raised by me.
King 9-4. Pair of 9s for Harlan.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No one else hits anything. I feel like Sean's seen a lot of hand, or I'm sorry, seen a lot of flops, and he's kind of waiting to like stack someone with a Sean Drake hand,
Yeah.
with an 8-3,
Right.
like some
Is
god
that
awful
coin
junk.
a Sean Drake hand?
Yeah, Sean Drake hand.
Angry Pollock asks about my shirt tonight. We are rocking the Mo Honey, Mo Problems shirt.
Word.
I figured that was appropriate for this game. So the Mo Honey, Mo Problems is definitely important.
Harlan bets pair of 9s, takes on the pot. So yeah, at some point then I wonder like, okay, if everyone kind of decided to have the same strategy, my friend's in the house.
He's getting trolled by everybody in here, man.
I am.
You're just too popular. It's the beard that attracts people to you.
If Jesus. I can't even get a word in this. Like women are showing me their things and everything. So no, if everyone kind of looked at this game and looked at this lineup and said, okay, everyone's going crazy, so I'm going to tighten up. And now as this game's developing and you're starting to realize, okay, well now, okay, everyone's tight now, so I should just try to open up and rerun
Flip the
over.
gears, flip the switch.
I wonder at some point
Absolutely.
is everyone going to try to pull that trigger at the same time though?
Oh, now see, then we get fun. Okay, so well, maybe this could be a good little recipe builder. We got some fun suited connectors for Peter, pocket pair, 5s for Aaron, queens for Jason, deuces for Tiny. Respectively so, the Tiny deuces.
Player call
We'll take
four.
it.
One time.
What do you need, 4 or 5 suited?
Thank you, Poker Rules. I'm a great human being, evidently.
You paid them to say that, didn't you?
I did. I got
I know.
it.
Player raised to 300.
Oh, Jason going up, making it 300.
And
Size
laughing.
healthy bet. Yeah, and laughing
No
too.
blue.
And I, you know, it's funny. I like Jason's large bet sizing after everybody knows he just pulled the massive $800 ridiculous. I don't have a royal flush bluff into 145. So now he's just getting funky with it. I think Jason's really. I mean, is it crazy to say that Jason's starting to loosen up a little bit? If that's such a thing, if that's possible.
I really think Jason's the first player that's adapting here to this table playing surprisingly tight.
And Peter makes the call.
He's going to hand flops well no matter what your opponent has.
Ooh. And heaven forbid if a queen 9 comes out there and puts Peter open-ended, maybe with a couple clubs, it could get nasty.
Tiny is trying to figure out he can properly set line with deuces. He can't. Same thing with Aaron.
Aaron here's gone. I mean, especially when you have Jason in position right behind him. Right? I mean, if Aaron actually had position, he can at least think about it, but not with the aggressor behind you.
4-4-9.
Queens still way the best. So what were the pairs? We had deuces, and what were the other ones? Was it 8s?
5s.
5s, yeah. So everybody missed.
So Jason's going to continue here. He's hoping that Peter might have a hand like one of those other guys had, like 8s, 5s, something like that, where they might gonna get stick here, hoping that Jason has a hand like ace king, ace queen.
Yeah, and Peter correctly gets away. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that Jason probably had a pretty big hand there. Probably had an overpair. I think Peter's only play there would be to really crappy raise, but it's not going to work. He correctly folded. I think the way he folded, he's kind of bummed that he called in the first place, I think. You know.
Now, Jason showed a queen and is saying, what am I supposed to do with queen deuce?
Oh, God, I love it.
Jason's game is...
The needling is so strong with Jason.
His mental game is the best thing in the world to watch. It's such a big part of his game. He'll show a card, lie to everyone about what he had.
Oh, yeah.
You know, his putting other players on tilt is Jason's specialty.
Even on the live stream too, like when you know that everybody's literally gonna watch you lie about it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's my favorite part.
So here we go with Sean. He's picked up aces in early position.
You'll see a top four hand in poker.
And he's in the limit as well.
Top four hand. At a top four hand. I made that speech about give me a big hand one time.
And now he's going to take a 6-way flop.
I made a speech
And flop top set. Now, Harlan, he found the case ace in his back row clubs.
Wow.
Oh, and Brian now turns 2-pair. And Tiny makes Broadway.
This is going to be one of those hands we got to write down right here. This is going to be a little funky. We're going to see some fireworks here.
Tiny's sitting on the nuts.
Brian's going to fire. Harlan's going to call.
A raise to 75. Harlan, just a pair of aces.
Now Tiny here. Let's see what Tiny does. Tiny's going up. Tiny says I don't think so. Looks like maybe 250 there. Nope, 300. 300 straight from Tiny. With the nuts. 2-pair for Brian. Top set for Sean. Top pair for Harlan.
And here's if you're Sean, you can't think you're good here. You are now drawing to the board pairing, and you got to know it.
Yeah, and you got to know, and that's the shitty part is that you have top set, you have aces, you flopped an ace. It's gone too far. What do we do here?
Brian makes a nice little fold there. I don't think it's the hardest fold in the world, but a lot of players get sucked up in, oh my god, I have 2-pair, I can't fold.
And he correctly lays it down.
And Sean lays down top set.
And there is not a lot of players who are going to easily do that and make it look so easy. I think like Sean did right there. And Harlan's gone. Tiny with the nuts raises down. I think Tiny would be amazed that he got a set of aces to lay down right there.
Yeah, then he got King 10 to lay down and a set of aces. But the thing, he knows it's Tiny now. Even if here's the thing though, even if you know, because you know it's Tiny, and he can show you the Queen Jack there. He's got about $2,000 behind there. If the board pairs, you can probably get the rest of it.
Yeah.
So. You're getting about even money.
Well, the other thing with Sean is too, Sean fires out 25, and then he gets Harlan behind that raises 75, and then Tiny 3-bets it. So even if he's necessarily afraid of Tiny, he's also got Harlan behind him who already raised it once. So
I'm really just, I mean, the way the hand played out on the turn was crazy. Except that the fact that neither sorry, Sean, especially there, or Brian put in the range. Well, Brian let out 75, right? Got called by Sean flatted, Harlan raises, and then Tiny put in the rear. Yeah. And just
look at this. Aaron flops a boat. 6 is full right here. Totally connects.
He might, with a bit of luck, he might be able to get a whole half.
Yeah, Tiny has a flush draw. He's hoping, to get a little bit of value out of it. Aaron's gonna fire out. Pot was 45. Aaron fires out 25. I don't think this is going real far. Tiny's might look check once here with the flip. Oh no, Tiny folds. He's gone. Aaron will take it down.
Call a flop? My bet, Tiny? Call if I bet the flop?
I'll go all in on the flop.
You would?
All in.
Oh, the chip stacks slowly climb.
Swear to God.
Sean's on the shortest one on the table. Sean D, that is, with about 150 bigs. Not a bad game.
Somebody was asking where Veronica is, and Eric said she got deported to.
What are you drinking, dude?
You know, not surprised if somebody told me that. I'd be like, yeah, I believe it.
Well, initially we tried to send her back to Canada, and they're like, no. You sent her all the way back.
Yeah, they're like,
I know we had her last.
go farther, go deeper,
Yeah.
all the way back.
I played them all. That's why I let them go.
I don't know, dude.
I don't even know what the board was. It was a lip pot.
They
How
raised
you
to
watching the hand?
35.
10 on the
Let's
turn.
see, Hartman's going to make it 35 over here. The good old Harlan hand, Jack 4 suited.
Oh, I saw the river.
And Nate's going to look him up here with Ace 7.
Yeah, right.
Tiny gets out of the way. Brian looks at a small pair of threes. He's going to be in there. Oh, and Brian's going to flop the set for sure. Nobody else really connected with anything here.
Hey, watch this stream for 30
Brian checks it, Harlan checks it, and it's on Nate here. He's going to check it as well. I'm going to watch this. Who was the original aggressor here? So Harlan's going to fire out. Brian checks again on the turn. Harlan fires 30.
I bet 25 to 50.
Nate goes out of there.
Pocket aces there, you fold.
Here's where I think Brian's going to make his move here.
They raised to
And he
90.
sure is.
I'm actually
He's going to make it 90, so he triples up there on Harlan's bet.
Turn 10. 2 diamonds on the turn. And it went. Check.
And I think Harlan knows he kind of got caught here in the hand of the cookie jar.
Ace, king, 10 on the
And
flop.
he's gonna get out of there.
10 diamonds on the turn.
I don't think he puts Brian on nearly as big a hand as Brian actually has, but still correctly folds.
I'll watch for it. I'll tell you right now.
Sean is now telling people that he folded top set, he folded a set of aces, and no one's believing him. I don't know if you guys can hear that on the table talk, but he's telling everyone, like, no, just watch the stream. They're like, sure, guys, sure.
I love it. Now, right there, when you have photographing of it, that's when I start my prop bets.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, I wouldn't even, be like, guys, you guys are going to see it, believe me or not.
About you? Call me Lizard Bones, you dumbass.
You don't know the hand I'm talking about.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Oh, we're going to get that?
Huh? No, not tonight.
Under call.
Jason just in time back to his seat here to wake up with pocket threes.
Top 10.
And he's going to call.
They raised to 55.
Typical Harlan hand. He's going to pump it up to 55 here.
Really? 55? 5-5.
Tiny on the button with 6-7 of spades will not play.
Tiny only plays the Stone Cold Nut Broadway against set of aces. That's the only thing he plays.
Wow. Jason's gonna call 45 more pocket threes. Ace 9 deuce. Harlan makes a pair of aces.
Harlan catches up. Jason checks to him. Check on the flop there.
They got 75.
Jason checks it over to Harlan. Harlan bet 75, and Jason shows him the threes. Harlan flashes in. Is that the ace?
Shows the 8.
Okay, the eight. Even worse. Even worse.
Hey, yeah.
You probably really
I'm still trying to go over the Sean played the aces. Like,
Okay, so you're in his spot. What do you do there? Do you just flat?
How you gonna look at that?
Because you were in for 25. He made it 300.
First of all, from the get-go, I don't win.
Wait, tell me again, because I haven't. That's like time number 7.
Okay, so then let's say forget. Okay, so then let's go to the next street. He lands forward and flops upset. I think actually you can bet it because there's enough draws there, like Broadway combinations, that you might get called.
Yeah.
And then where you can either then try like check raise turn something like that, or you just.
So basically, your answer is you don't let it get that far.
No, but even if he does there, if he's confident that Tiny has Broadway, which he is, because the only reason why you would fold top set there, because you know for a fact that Tiny has Broadway, he's got the right odds if he figures that Tiny will stack off the river to draw to the board pair.
Yeah, because you know he'll stack off.
Exactly, and I'm confident. So I think if once Tiny makes it 300 there, you flat, and then
And when board pairs, you know you're getting paid all.
you jam it.
Yeah.
Ridiculously overbet it. It doesn't matter.
And I
You
feel like
stick
that puts Tiny in a position to do like the cry call, like damn
Yes.
it. Like I really hope you didn't actually get there. Here's a fun pot here, Bruin.
So top pair for both Harlan and Nate. Peter's got overcard in the nut club draw.
Top pair for Harlan, top pair for Nate.
Nate bets 45. Peter makes a quick call. And Harlan's going to overcall with King 10.
All right, 3 players going to the turn. 4 improves nobody.
It does complete a straight draw though.
If you had a funky little 5-8 or 3-5 going on.
If it checks over, if it checks over to Peter,
Nate's gonna fire it again. Looks like what, 75?
now here's where on Peter we're actually consider putting in a raise here.
Bet it like you got it.
Give yourself added outs.
And completes, but it does pair the board.
Disco.
Disco.
Oh no, I got it. Still not
And now Nate.
Not gonna slow him down. Nate's gonna fire a $1.15. It looks like.
It looks like Nate's trying to lay his own price for showdown. Like he doesn't want to check call 200 or 300.
Yeah, exactly. more
Yeah.
than that. So now that puts the pot about 500. I think we're gonna see Peter coming in for a pump raise here. He's going up.
335 from Peter. And now Nate, in his mind, he's effectively shown the hand down for the 115 that he bet.
Yeah.
And now can fold. I still.
Harlan correctly got out of the way knowing he was way behind, so that was good. Nate there, I think, got the information he seeks.
Really?
Is that a rule?
I mean, the board completes like that. Are you still firing out on the river there if you're Nate?
No, I'm not a big fan of that play. Where I mean, there's spots where it can work where you make a little bet. And you're effectively showing the hand down because you know, like if your opponent calls, if your opponent just calls, you're going to be ahead with some frequency. But he's never going to raise you without it in that spot. Oftentimes,
Yeah.
so you're effectively you're trying to show the hand down for your own price.
You're setting your own price,
But
yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it. I think if you also sometimes might figure that your opponent might only ever bet it with it as well, so you can probably just check fold there. Or if it goes check, you're winning a much higher percentage of the time than if you hit call. But if you might also have the same results where hey I can check and if my opponent bets I can confidently fold. I think if I'm never love that. I don't know if I made complete sense there, but
No, I mean, kind of. I mean, like I got like half of it, and then the other half I just zoned out. And I was thinking about My Little Pony. So
yeah, I do the same thing. I usually do that when Blanc is talking.
Dude, don't we all? Right?
Yeah, right.
No, Pete, like if Tiny was in a different position, someone cost 300.
I like this new little diamond transition we have where it leaves the player view, but we just kind of see the cards, and then it comes back in. It's a fun little transition.
Go through the periods, you gonna pay me out?
Working some things out.
You do it. You just pop it to 50 with King side.
And the pots grow. Now we get the smallest stack actually with Sean Drake, which I'm kind of surprised about, but he's at 1,500 here, all the way up to Brian with the big stack at double that, 3,000.
Jason, you gotta know, understand who you're playing against.
I feel like we should go over and just buy all these players a round of drinks. Like everybody's forced to have one cocktail at a minimum.
One cocktail minimum?
One cocktail minimum, one drink minimum, right like the comedy club. Yeah, you go in there, you're like, yeah, you got a 2-drink minimum. All right, guys.
Awesome.
Time to play some cards.
Peter makes it 45 to go, King Jack. Harlan.
Yeah, Harlan's in there.
He's coming through with the 10-7 of spades.
He's played with worse. See what comes to the flop.
Queen 8-3. Nothing for anybody. Looks like a check bet fold.
It looks like a good old check bet bowl.
And it's a check bet full.
Sometimes they equate when I'm playing cards to like if you're playing online, like you're in a hand and you literally mentally just click like the check fold button. And you're just like, hey, just whatever. Or those hands where they're so bad that you fold it in your head and finally it gets to you and you didn't realize the action was on you. And you're like, wow, I folded like so long ago mentally. Like I was so gone.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think I mentioned that you streamed before. There's been a couple spots, or not a couple spots. One time in particular where I called the clock on myself unknowingly. I didn't know the action was on.
That is hilarious.
And I'm then like, God, what's this guy like thinking of? This is not that hard of a hand. Like this is really like simple guy. Either you're gonna bet or like goes check, and he goes like, oh no, I moved in a while ago. And I'm like, oh damn it.
Oh my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've done it.
Oh, that's great.
I think Chris Moneymaker did that famously too.
Hilarious. Peter's gonna come in with jacks. He's gonna make it 65. Brian got out. Aaron's gonna get out. Jason in position on the button. It's gone. Sean's gone. Harlan's gone. And back over to Nate. And Nate is not going to defend it. Looks like here. Oh, spoke too soon. We are going to defend. He's going to call it. We're going to go to the
Oh, Jason, they all want Jason McCoy. Jason, they like you.
total whip for Nate here. Jacks are still the best by Peter.
There was one time in Vegas.
Nate checks to Peter. Going to go to the turn. 69. 9 of clubs here on the turn. No club for Peter. Nate does have a draw of clubs now.
1,000 on Thursday night. I came back and was like, you're playing too slow. Like, we're going to make this sit. Like,
Check to Peter. Yeah, Peter's not going to check it twice. He's going to bet 8 in this pot here.
more made up stop. Like, I want to play. I wanted to just play that stuff. Like, you play this little. I'm
Oh,
like,
here we go. Pro Eric chimed in on your story earlier. Chris Moneymaker was staring down Johnny Chan for like 90 seconds, even though Moneymaker didn't know this his turn.
Yeah.
And especially if you know, he's just that's great. That's great. We've all been there in that position, so it's great to know that like even the intense, like epic TV hands, you're like, nope, shit still happens. Like, sorry, just kidding.
I've seen that before. So I'm kind of like, not let someone sit down, right? They don't do something.
Good old Chris Moneymaker, man. He, you know, you talk about that Moneymaker effect. It was a very real thing, and if you watch, there was some little blurb I caught on, like it was like a bio on Chris Moneymaker, and obviously he was huge into sports betting, and he was down, he was felt, like down to the absolute nitty gritty, like all the cash him and his dad would gamble with, like.
I think I saw the same documentary.
Yeah, like dead, done broke, and it was like just exactly like the Poker Stars commercial, like oh, hop in for $20 and boom, 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 satellite on my way to the top and just kill it.
Yeah.
Like I mean, he literally was down at the felt. That's not a story that was made up, you know.
King 9-7, couple hearts. I believe we had. Did we have Moneymaker in here?
Yeah, he came here for a little promo thing.
We had a little promo, the Stars promo thing.
And then you got Mom McCarran in here, and then you got, you know, let's see, there's a couple guys coming up in the. I mean, there's a lot of action around the Sacramento area. You said it before, I'll say it again.
And now we got Annette Oberstad and Erica Lindgren coming now too. It's gonna be fun. Poker Pro Eric. I love it. He says he once stared down a woman for like 2 minutes. It wasn't even in the hand.
Wasn't even in the hand.
I believe you, Eric.
Really, it's the hashtag Creek confirmed that seals the deal for me.
Good job, Eric.
He's like, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Jason with aces. All right, Jason. Let's show these guys how to really play a set of pair of aces.
Yeah, Tiny's gone, Brian's gone, over to Aaron.
Unfortunately, no one else has got any kind of hands.
And I can almost guarantee you that nobody is ever going to put Jason on aces ever. So that's nice for him. He's already starting off strong. And he didn't do any sort of limp funkiness like you hate so much.
Unfortunately, no one has anything here.
No, nothing. No, he has to beg to get a player. And anybody who would play that crap is going to snap him. Is he really going to show it the one time? No. He does.
Jason's going to show it.
Only because nobody would ever believe that Jason has aces.
Just a reminder, like every now and then, guys, I can have a real hand too.
Yeah.
Erica Lindgren should bring her. Oh, gay corpse.
Good old gay corpse.
You're looking at like, Nate, then he's like, okay, AC,
Brian waking up in a hand here. Big Slick suited. Jason with Ace Jack suited and King 10. Some other suited connectors. Could see some fun here.
Brian's gonna limp in the Ace King.
Brian is bending the rule a little bit because you're not allowed to use headphones with your phone. He just has the phone to his ear.
To his ear. Jason makes it 45 to go with the Ace Jack of Diamonds. Aaron had overlimped with King 10. And now Brian's gonna just call the Ace King. And Aaron folds. I don't get it. Like, if you're gonna.
He folded the King 10?
He folded King 10. I mean, it's not like, I mean, yeah, he's dominated, but like.
We have ace right there on the flop. So we have Jason and Brian, both of their aces. Brian with the king kicker as best. Harlan here with the mystery hand could very well have a queen. Looks like it was checked around. Opens up the clubs are on the turn, forward club. Doesn't approve any hand that we can see. Checked around again, deuce on the river. I think the likelihood of somebody having a queen here is probably pretty slim. Brian's got to be liking his hand. He's going to fire it out for some value.
Probably get a quick call from Jason. I mean, not so quick, but Jason's going to call
With
this.
this hand checked down, I really just see an easy call for them. And yeah, Harlan's gone, so that's, yeah. You were only really going to hear noise from a queen there, and there you go. And I think Jason at this point sees that he's behind him. Kind of surprised that we saw no action. I mean, I could see them maybe, you know, being a little cautious of the flop, but I'm surprised that either Ace King or Ace Jack didn't fire the turn there. To at least see where they're at. I mean, maybe they get raised, maybe they don't. You know, I don't know. I'm surprised to see that checked all the way down.
Vortex is getting, the problem is it's just hard to get called by a worse hand. You know?
No, absolutely. Except for Ace King versus Ace Jack.
Yeah. Obviously, Brian knows where Jason's at. He's firing every street.
You guys can see right now in your chat box, that's the extra crazy satellite I was talking about earlier, the Venetian Extravaganza. $3 million prize pool. And you come here, we're giving away 1 in every 20 players who enter. You get a seat. And not only do you get a seat, but we pay for your entry, and then we pay for $1,000 travel cash, spending money. I mean, get in there. That's going to be a hell of a tournament.
Well, you can take that $1,000, go over to the World Series and fire an event.
Done deal. I would. I totally would. The credit cards are for booking your flight and your hotel. The cash is for the event.
Exactly.
All right, here Aaron's going to flop
a lot of
trip jacks, more jacks than he needs. Checks around to the turn, and that is not the card Aaron wants to see. Luckily, nobody has it here. Check, check. And now Aaron's going to check it for real. He checks as well.
Diamonds get there, but the board's double paired. And now Aaron will bet $15 into a dead money pot. So, even better than getting into, you know, the extravagance, well, even better, it's relative maybe. This Saturday, Survivor Series, guys, get your bios in. We should already have the lineup set for the game this weekend, but we are accepting bios now for the 1-3 PLO game. It's 1-3-5 PLO next Saturday.
Yeah, get them in, we read them, we judge them, make them funny, you know, I mean, just, and don't make them novels either, guys. We don't want to read like a 20-page essay. This isn't school, you don't have a word minimum. Just throw a little fun blurb about why you're awesome, why you like poker, you know, basically a little bit about you. And somebody had asked actually the date for that Venetian tournament. I don't know the date for the actual Venetian tournament side of it itself, but the date here for our satellite is Sunday, May 15th.
Yes.
So be here Sunday, May 15th at 11 a.m.
What's the buy-in?
$250 buy-in.
Awesome.
But actually, it's $500 bounties on both Annette Oberstedt and Eric Lindgren. So if you knock out either of the pros, you double your buy-in back automatically. Not only you free rolling, but you made cash.
Yeah.
And you're cruising. And you can say you knocked out a pro. So that's always fun.
I'm sure there'll be some other pros in that field too. Just come down and try to ship a seat into the Venetian.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll get Andrew. I'm sure he'll come through town.
Yeah.
If we can break away from this podcast.
Of course, yeah. Andrew, I'm sure we'll get like a Darren Dyer, you know, a Julian Galvin. Right? We'll get the regulars in here. It'll be fun. Poker Pro Eric was talking about how I cracked him twice because he won a seat in the Venetian before and I was at his table. Yeah, I mean, I am literally, if Poker Pro Eric is Superman, I'm a kryptonite man. If I have 1 or 2 outs against him, I hit it every single time.
That's cool.
Every single time. But if I have like 12, I whip everything. But against him, he's done.
Just, yeah, shut it down.
said the other night. I know, but what's going on tonight? Great. It's like you're not the same player.
35.
Sean's gonna make it 35 here to go.
Just waiting to raise team. Just calling at the raise team. Suited. Checking it down. River. 75. Supposed to fire the flop.
The 6 deuce is still really fresh in my head.
Gate Corpse asks if the Colossus players are as bad as they are in Cash. I didn't play the Colossus because I know that it's the Colossus, so I couldn't tell you.
Hey, and just to answer you in the chat room, no cheats too. We were actually, it's Erica, not Erica.
Erica.
Last one in tournament. Open pocket jack. 8,000.
Top pair for Nate here.
1,500, 3,000. 50 big line. 8,000. Old guy.
And to follow up that Venetian tournament date, let's see here.
Are you kidding me? Let's just know that it is June 20th through the 22nd.
I mean, June and July, mostly June is going to be the time for some Vegas action. I mean, and no matter where you go out there, there's going to be some craziness. And why not get it for free from a multitude of tournaments here at Stones, actually.
Yeah, look at this. The guy opened 17. He opened 17,000 and 3,000 big blind. He opened for 17,000 and showed 2 queens. Like this is after. I'm like,
Jason's telling bad beat stories at the table.
You know, I've
So sick.
I've started charging people to tell me their bad beat stories. And you know the worst part is that like bad beat stories have a tendency to start out with something ridiculous like, so I got Jack 6, right? And I'm like, just stop. Dude, you've already told the story right there in the opening sentence. We get it. It was bad. Whatever the guy had, you lost, it was bad.
So Sean's got the straddle on here.
65.
I busted out later with 27 and
Tiny's gonna call it. It's like Brian's gonna call it. Aaron wants nothing to do with it. Jason, he's here. Out the hand here.
Alright, 4 players.
Sean puts in the real hand in the straddle.
Wow.
555. Triple nickel.
All 5s. 15 to play. So we got a check by Sean Drake here. Check by Peter. Tiny's gonna check it as well over to Brian. Checks around. Wow, that's the card everybody's looking for right there. 4 ball right on the turn.
First lawyer wins.
Checks around. Brian. And wow, boat on the board.
Please, Jason McRoberts bet 800.
I know Jason's not in the hand. Otherwise, if he wasn't the ace-8 guy, I guarantee you Jason would be in there firing something. It's not quite as wet and scary as the other board, but still.
Chop it up. So now you got Sean, other Sean, at the table. I can hear him, his audio from his phone. He's playing that aces game for everyone.
He is. He's like, look guys, I'm serious right now. That's funny. I would have totally brought that in. I'm like, you know you guys are going to see it. And you know what's even more sick is if you totally sell it knowing they're going to see it because you really didn't even have that hand. Like you set it up with that and you're like, ah, screw it. I lost the pot. I'm going to win somebody on the prop bet anyways on the side.
Wow.
Look, everybody's listening to it.
And now they're all seeing it. They're all watching. They're all seeing
Everybody's
it.
listening to it. They're like, wow, I can't believe that. I love it. It's like Inception right here. All right, Nate's going to be in there here with King 10.
Old top set.
He's going to raise it up to 60.
I don't think I can do that.
Brian has 5, 6 cards here, some small cards. He's thinking about calling.
King on the river.
Oh! He's going to make the call.
my fold button.
We hear, boom, 7.
That I lay down. I feel good.
He's gone. Is that Tiny who yelled that?
So bad.
Probably about his nut straight.
It might have been.
Jason's going to get out. Sean Drake's going to be in there. 3-way action going to the flop here.
You're the best. You could be the best.
King Jack deuce.
I don't think so. I just had a feeling.
Nate's got the only pair.
When I go on my gut, I fold. Sean taught me that. That's why he laid down Jack.
Sean checks it to Nate. Nate's going to continue to fire out. Looks like 75 here.
I have an ace, but she's got two pairs.
Next hand.
You don't have that many out.
Bet and win.
Yeah, like,
You got out of that for 25.
yeah, but like, I would get and I had one. So, you only have
Players
seven
at the table
out.
now discussing that hand.
He hit one of those. I would have thought I was good. He would have been really good.
Wow. I used to rely on
Poker Pro Eric.
live, guys. He'll have something else.
I was going to call 75.
Too much. So it looks like a live 30 out of Nate.
I respect it.
Here we go. Let's
Now we're getting some live straddle
get the
action.
game out of the muck.
Yeah, but when you look at all the hands, nobody's got any outs.
With aces there, and he's got two clear. I know it's a
Peter
diamond
calls the
draw,
30.
And he's the
Folds right over to Aaron. Folds right over to Jason.
and he
Was
just
the
raised
worst
up.
hand. I got the worst hand.
Jason's going to get out of there. Sean Drake is going to call in. Harlan's in. And Nate option there for the live. He's going to check it.
But I gotta make. I'm not gonna just call 75,
Yeah.
especially not with a diamond draw.
Our friends in the chat box with us.
Rainbow, I might.
Ace 9-7, two hearts. And Harlan's gonna bet at 75 with his pair of aces. Nate, right behind him, made a pair of nines. He's gonna call.
Quickly calls.
Fucks my world up.
But
Now Nate has a little hand disguise potential here because he did do the live, he didn't raise, so Nate could potentially have
10 on the river.
any two cards, which he does. Which he does, for sure. So Harlan's thinking about it here. First action on Harlan, and he's going to fire again. Looks like 100 straight into 270.
I agree with Gay Corps. Someone spot Veronica 2K and a case of wine to get this game going.
So this game can get super live right now. Case of wine for sure. Veronica and friends should have like their own wine supplied. Veronica should have to, the winner of the last Veronica and Friends should have to like buy a case of wine for the next Veronica and Friends.
You know what I don't
like,
think the
live
play was
cast.
fair because everyone had each other's outs.
Legit.
You had an ace, he had king 10.
Poker Player Veronica can't even get in this game if people are folding ace sets.
Yeah, right? Like, no one's gonna get felted.
You're folding top set of aces, like I get it.
Heads up, he's going to pull his hand.
That's pretty crazy.
He ain't gonna pay off no money on the board.
I really think that what's happened here is everyone got in this game and decided, okay, well, I'm just going to play opposite of how all these guys are going to play. And I'm just going to snug it up, play the nuts are better. Obviously, they're playing the nuts are better. We saw Sean fold a set of aces.
Yeah, I know. Like when people are folding top set aces, and not even looking for the board pair before card to come, like that's where we're at. That's the world we live in right now.
I don't want to live in this world.
Sean doesn't have that.
Jimmy Bluff calls it as a livenism. Let's get this game out of the muck.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured.
Let's just get to the next hand. Fuck this. Smooth call 300.
Carlo's going to call. Nate's looking to exercise his option here a bit, and he's going to pump it up. And Nate's going to go to 45. Over to Mystery Hand Sean, who's going to make the call. And Harlan calls as well. Again, three-way action going to the flop. Gut shot for Nate. Harlan picks up a pair of nines.
Nate's also got backdoor nut clubs.
Yeah, they both have a club there in the pocket just in case. No, well, we can kick that out the window. Harlan's still with the best hand here with his nines. Check around to Sean. And I think Sean's going to fire it. Sean fires 80. Harlan calls. And Nate with just a gut shot. It looks like he's got that folding posture. Man, our chat room, they're just too funny. River, club draw gets there, does complete. Just a little scare tactic here. First option's on Harlan. I believe he checked. Now it's on Sean to represent what he wants to do here with his hand.
Check.
He's going to check. Harlan says Jack's good. And he's going to show his 9. He said Jack's good, but he meant 9 good.
Yeah.
Make a pair.
No, I'm going to get zinged 4 more. Say three-way action to the flop, or three-handed action to the flop, three-handed to the flop. I mean, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's just your, no matter what you say, you
No, it's a lose-lose situation, so I'm in. I'm in. Those are my favorite kind.
So it's Peter's big blind. He's got a pair of jacks. Sean picks up 8s here. And if he limps, I'll probably just get out of the booth and stab him. I swear to God.
This is what you freak.
Sean limps!
This is for what you did a half hour ago.
Damn it, Sean.
Well, you guys heard it. If you see on a news report that Sean was stabbed tonight in a brutal prison-style shanking, look for Jake.
I got an alibi. I was with you, right?
I feel like I'm pretty sure you're wanted for murder. I bet they low for a while.
Gotta go. I'll go to Canada with Veronica.
So back over to Peter here.
Harley, you got
Pocket jacks. I think we're going to see a little bump here. Peter raised to 35. Looks like Peter's going to take it up even another notch here.
100.
Hey, video that shit.
Peter makes it 100. Nate here with King 10, the original raiser, is going to call it.
Queen 10-6. Nate makes a pair of 10s. Peter can't be in love with that queen relative to his jacks.
Peter does, however, have to jack diamond if it wants to come running diamonds.
Back to a straight flush draw.
Yeah. Easy money. Back to a royal flush draw. Ship it. It's like, you basically already hit it.
Nate's gonna call with a pair of 10s. Checks dark on the turn. 4 clubs.
Peter's jack's still the best, and he is going to illustrate that. He's going to fire out here. Nate checks to Peter. Peter fires out 200, and Nate flat calls 200, thinking his 10 is still good. Board pair doesn't really change much. Does complete a flush draw if it was there. Let's see what Nate does here. Nate's going to check, and so is Peter. They're just going to show it down, and Nate's going to see the jacks with the best here for Peter. $3.1K now for Brian as the most on the table. It's been a slow and steady climb for him.
I think they should change the game, make it a 5-5 with a rock straddle.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Folds around to the button for Nate. It's now folded to the blinds.
Action right here, huge action. Tiny actually has something, but we'll probably just end up maybe seeing a chop here. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a chop. For those of you guys who are tuning in who may not be super familiar with poker, generally speaking, in a cash game, if everybody folds down to just the blinds, the last 2 remaining players, it's really not economically profitable for you guys to get involved. You know, if you just limp and call, then you you lose the rake already. You're really just fighting to break even. Most players are just going to chop there. And in a cash game scenario, in a tournament scenario, it's actually not. It's not even an option. It's not allowed. That's where you generally see fireworks in a tournament. Yeah. That's where Sean Drake gets the jollies right there. That's where he's just like, okay, I'm a blind stealer, blind protector. And Veronica here chiming in, she is not familiar with poker. She wants to be told how to play the game. I'm going to leave your acquaintance, Jake, in that field to talk about that.
So Sean, I'm not sure if he put it in the $20 straddle or if he min raised to 20 with 6-3 diamonds. But Aaron limps in, or just calls a 20, either or with ace king. Peter makes it 120 to go with 10s. And Sean will, or no, I'm sorry, not Sean, Aaron will not call ace king.
So how many people do you need to go stab?
The whole lot of them.
The whole time, just line them up and one knife to stab them all. That's it. That's all you need.
Jesus, ace king, flat. Oh, there's raise, like, oh.
I know.
Flop right.
Everyone's gonna do it around.
Flop right.
You ain't gonna do it?
Did he have A? He had A in there?
What did he have?
You see what he had? That he made it 3 on? Queen. He had queens? He really had A in?
You gotta be kidding me, I'm just like,
People buy the table around a Red Bulls or something.
Red Bulls are like,
Yeah, even if they're not drinking, let's get them some Red Bulls. Let's get them something here.
what's the price on cocaine?
You just knew it. I just
Shake a bag of it.
Just no, there's a fan over here, and you just dump it.
Something. Lord.
40.
So Aaron's gonna limp under the gun with the ace-8 suited. Peter
Peter's got jacks again. Again. Peter's got jacks magnets.
And
Do that on my straddle?
Peter makes it 50. Sean got out of there. It's pretty much on Aaron. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sean
raised
goes
to
285 with the 4-3.
Wow. All right. So Aaron got out. Now Peter's thinking, wow, is this real?
Now, here's what's funny, is we've seen Sean do this once before, where he made this really ridiculous oversized 3-bet with a hand like it with 3-4. I think last time he did it, he had like 5-4 or
Yeah,
deuce
yeah.
3 or something.
Yeah.
And I was discussing this where like it's once again like anything, you can get away with anything as long as you're doing it balanced. So if he's doing that with hands like this, if he's also doing that with aces, that's fine. We already know that that's not what he's doing with aces.
Peter makes the call. Hates this flop, but Sean does pick up spades, and honestly, with his hand, that's pretty much what he's looking for. I mean, he was looking to just scoop the pot right there. He doesn't hate the flop. It gives him continuation value then for sure.
Check. And Sean shows it. Like, but here's what I said: it's fine if you're gonna balance that ridiculous oversized 3-bet with your strong hands as well, aces, kings, junk like that.
Yeah. Do the same thing, and
But
then
we're seeing here where he's trying to slow play or play trap with his aces, and then this pattern where you're now making these ridiculous oversized 3-bets pre-flop with these small little connectors, and it's super. At some point, if players pay attention, it's gonna be exploitable. I mean, if I'm Peter there after I see what Sean's done, I might just stick him. Boom, done.
I don't think you can beat my Jackson here because there's some hands available.
Or actually more profitably, you probably can just call and call him down if you think that's where he's at.
So we got Sean Drake with aces here under the gun. If he limps, I know you're going to stab him. So luckily for us, he's going to actually pump it up here. Small
Sean's going to open because Sean's a real poker player. So
Oh, burn.
it's a compliment.
It is a compliment, but it's a burn to the other people that limped all night.
You know, you just didn't put that up on themselves. I love these guys. Like I know them all. I give them hell because I know them. Sean makes a 40 to go with aces. Tiny's gonna call 40. Ace jack of spades. Aaron got a couple nines.
Aaron.
He'll make the call.
Three-handed going to the flop. You like that? You gotta mix
Yeah,
it up.
gotta work on it. 3, 4, 6, couple of hearts.
It's gonna get a little dangerous for Aaron and Sean, both holding over pairs. In case Aaron really doesn't believe Sean has a higher pair, there could be some firing here.
Sean bet 60 and Aaron's gonna check call. King on the turn. If Aaron thought that Sean had a hand like ace, king, king, queen, something like that, he just got there. He's still betting, but it's Sean. Sean would do this with a hand like 9-4 or jack 10 even. So
Absolutely. So Aaron does not believe him. He's
check
gonna
call
look him up one
145.
more time.
Queen. And Sean's gonna value bet his aces.
215.
And Aaron will finally get away from it.
Once again, all players.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, in a hand like that, Aaron, you hate seeing. I mean, even if he's firing with just random airball paint, you hate seeing it come paint.
Well,
You have to get away.
Yeah, well, and that's the problem with him being out of position. That might be a better spot if you're in position to call Sean there, just because it's so hard. Because once you're calling on the turn, it's Sean. Sean can fire every street with absolute air or with the nuts.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think if you're committing to calling the turn, I mean, what's really going to scare you on the river? It's not like he's trying to run down to 2 hours. He's really just trying to run down to 9 there.
Yeah.
He's calling because he thinks 9s are best a lot of the time.
55.
All right, looks like Harlan's going to come in for a raise here, make it 55. King Jack suited. Nate's going to flat call here. Peter, I wouldn't be surprised Peter woke up with jacks again, but he doesn't. Tiny with ace 9, he's going to get out of there. Brian's gone.
Tiny fold ace 9 suited?
Ace 9 off.
Off, okay, alright.
If it was suited, it's a totally different story. Sean's going to get out of there. Ron gone.
The other Sean, he's got a playable hand out of the big blind. He's not going to love being out of position here. But he doesn't just fold big blinds.
I was going to say, but Sean defends his blind with prejudice, for sure. Going to the flop, club draw for Harlan. Huge flop for Harlan.
Kevin, we need a loose player over
Nate's
here.
got a small wheel draw, and Sean really doesn't have much of anything there in the middle. Sean's going to fire $1.25.
We're trying to kick him out.
We're trying to kick him out here.
And he's just going to take this down. That's one of the better flops Harlan could have hoped for there with King Jack of Clubs.
Well, I like Jason.
He's looking at it. He's like, yeah, I'm just looking at it.
I'm gonna pump it up with a King 4. It's like King 4 and it's awesome.
Hold a master, parting on Aaron, folding ace king pre-flop to a small raise, but then he'll chase down, run down the 9-9. Unbalanced.
Yeah, he said sometimes this game can be hard to watch. This particular game, yeah, like you said before, we thought was going to be a little bit more action-packed, and I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said...
Everyone decided to adjust.
I think that everybody thought it was going to be so action-packed that they needed to slow it down, and so everybody slowed down, and we missed the action-packed part.
Yeah.
Oh, if Tiny does it, you'll
Like
do
you
it?
said, when you have guys folding top set aces,
Yeah, we had Broadway running 2-pair running the top set, and everyone just got away like it.
yeah, I mean, those are the hands where I expect to see, like, okay, here's our pot of the night, here's our 4K line, you know, and just totally whiff.
What's he got?
I don't know. It's gonna be fun. Hi, Peter. Hi, Chip. How's it going?
Feeling like an ECE there, coming over to say hi to Jason.
Oh, it's been a good table. What is this? Like that?
Sweating the table.
Hi.
ECE is a lot of fun to play with.
Where's Sunny at?
Peter,
Chip?
was top pair here.
You got all the money? You got all the money? Sean, no?
No, man, my girlfriend last night got all the money.
Your girlfriend? Oh, God, you can't let that go down. Peter, how you doing, buddy?
She was good. I buy her a purse.
Is that 80?
Marlon, I had to buy her
Peter
a
Price
purse.
at 65.
Yeah, she was worth it.
Don't see anyone calling here.
And Brian's got bottom 2 here.
He's so tight.
So Brian calls once, and we're going to go heads up to the turn here. If the turn's a heart, it could get a little interesting. It's not. Brian's still the best here with bottom 2. Peter, option first, he's going to check.
Last week.
Brian's going to bet for a little value here. I think once Peter checks to him, I got to think that Brian, I think he's got the best of it. He's going to fire out
175, 150,
150 to 250. Just a little value there. It's enough to get Peter along in for the ride here. We're going to see the river.
I raised 250. She called 250 because on the top. I call it 1600 here.
And 3-6 is going to hold.
The 4-5 straight draw out there.
And on the turn,
But other than that, Brian's got to feel pretty good about his 2-pair.
Yeah, I think Brian's just debating, do I play it safe and check here, or do I really bet for value?
I think you go for value. I think you definitely go for value.
Pot's at 550, we're gonna see what he does here. I think he debated just showing down there, but no, I think he wants to go for it. He wants to get up there. I think he knows that 3-6 is good here. I think he thinks that Peter had a hand that can beat 3-6, he's firing out.
I agree. Brian's kind of timidly showing down. He wasn't really sure there.
I think he had a flush draw. What, you think he had a bottom set? Is that what he told you? I think he had a flush draw.
Either way, it wouldn't play.
Nice hand by Brian.
But what I'm saying,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to bet the river there, and he correctly did. He correctly got paid, made himself some extra cash.
no.
And that's going to pump him. That's why he's our chip leader right now.
I think you
3,600.
announced like that you had it like
Yeah, that was after she folded.
If you know your bond's dead, might as well stay in the forum.
Buy a drone. It'd be interesting to see a drone fly over like at the World Series, like over the table, just like straight down view. Just
It's going to happen this year. Someone will do it.
craziness.
I couldn't believe that. I never called 1650 and I'm going to call
She must have known you had it.
No matter.
It does matter. 520.
She can't fold her nut flush for 550.
Oh, she didn't have, oh, not flush?
Oh, the flush draw.
Flush draw for
I didn't hear that part.
Oh, it's definitely called.
You cannot fold
So
that.
for those of you who haven't haven't caught it yet, we're running now streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays for the time being our Survivor Series. This Saturday, we'll be picking a third player to put into our single table sit and go. We're giving away a main event seat. If you want to get in on those games, submit a bio, send it to Stone Survivor at stonesgamblingHall.com. Send your bio in, tell us a little bit about yourself, why you should be on the stream, playing a game, and get voted into single table sit and go for a 10K main event seat.
And if for some reason you don't feel like writing a bio, guys, you can just get in by hours. So as long as you play that game or higher, so if it's a 1-2 game, pretty much any game is going to qualify. As long as you play that game, you get 25 hours in a week. You're pretty much going to be on that. You can take at least the top couple hours qualifiers.
Yeah, the top 2 or 3 hours. And also the winner of the Saturday tournament, I believe, has the first option.
Absolutely.
So yeah, win a tournament, get some hours in, submit a bio, take a shot, man. Free roll into the main event. Why not?
Literally, I love it. It's a free chance to get into the main event for the same cash game we're going to be playing anyways.
Who had 3-4?
It's gonna be good.
Like you said, I think that the final 9 of that final single table winner take all seed is just going to be that. If you don't watch it, that's the one you have to watch.
That'll play fast.
You have to watch.
In a winner take all format, you're gonna have to gamble it up.
I feel like that tournament, that's going to be very ebb and flow. It's going to be like knock out a bunch of players, then halt, and everybody really plays it tight for a minute, and then knock out a player, and then halt. You know, it's going to be interesting.
If I'm lucky enough to get into that game, because there is an employee event, the last cash game before the actual single table sit and go is an employee event. I'll try to. I got to submit a bio, try to get into that one as well. If I'm lucky enough to get into the single table sit and go, I'll have to work just on that, on single table singles. I don't have a lot of experience playing single table singles. Well, not Hold'em. I used to play a lot of PLO8 online single table singles, but never Hold'em. I played heads up Hold'em. I played a lot of 6-mats, a lot of cash games, but I don't got a ton of experience playing single table Hold'em singles.
Well, then I hope you get in. Because like if you get in there and I get in there too, like I'm in. I hope.
Yeah, I hope so. No, I'll just. If I'm looking at ball shark, I can just crash into this online.
But remember, it's all about getting those votes, though. So if you're like Hot Dog and you have 9 grandchildren, that might be a little ahead of your time for you right now.
Yeah.
But I would definitely get all your friends and family in there voting. Hop on social media, blast it out there. All the votes you can get.
Sean makes it 150 to go, ace king. Prices out Jason.
I'm seeing 30 minutes.
I've heard Sacramento, I've heard Stuckramento. If you're stuck in Sacramento.
Everything.
Oh, shit. Take a picture. I'm just going to take a picture of it so they don't know you straddle. I'm taking a picture of that shit right there. Tiny straddle right there.
We got Action Dealer Jen there in the dealer box. And funny, actually, sometimes the door to our commentary booth is made of plexiglass and will stay open sometimes. And I watched her almost walk right into it, and she was just like, "Oh, you guys need to relax. You guys need to keep this door shut. I don't want to die here tonight." So,
because then we have to fill out paperwork.
Yeah, and that's no fun.
I hate paperwork.
Besides, it wouldn't have killed her. Just a little bit of blood, slight gash, nothing big.
Bloody.
Actually, I think if somebody really walked in that, they might knock down the whole booth. So I think you guys would be part of
box
it.
going down. So Sean, he's going to open up. Looks like he makes it 55 to go, 65. I'm sorry. Harlan calls with Jack 10 of diamonds. Peter calls out the big blind, King 5 clubs. And Tiny cannot defend a straddle.
Very gone here.
Queen 7-5. Peter makes a pair of 5. We don't know what Sean has. We know that Harlan's missed. And now trip 5s for Peter.
Dream turn for Peter. He's gonna fire it out, make him pay. And Sean, the mystery is gonna look it up. So Peter fires at 100, and you're gonna see Sean there just make the call with the 1 white chip. And Harlan's gonna get out, going to the river. Is it possible to run a spade draw out there? And it gets there. Peter's still with trip 5s. He's gonna check here. This opens up a position, I think, for Sean to maybe put some chips in the pot.
Well, if 400 from Sean.
And a quick call from Peter.
And it looks like spades.
Oh.
No.
Oh, queen's full.
Queen's full for Sean.
Wow. I think there could have been some huge fireworks on the turn if things escalate on the turn there before the flush draw potential. I think there could have been some pretty good action there. Pretty good chance for Sean to stack Peter from some more chips.
The spade killed Sean's action.
Yeah, I think he could have got some more. The spade saved Peter, actually. More money, for sure.
Better straddle, tiny straddle. Shit. Oh, not yet, Sean. Hey, every once in a while, I'll squirrel 5 nuts.
Chat box is now arguing over cash games versus tournaments, which requires more skill. They're different skills. They're very different skills to learn. Generally speaking, though, and historically, I found cash game players to be better overall poker players than tournament players, just because you're used to playing deeper stack poker most of the time, and you have a wider arsenal array of moves you can make with deep stack poker. Where tournaments, you get down to that 40 big blind or less stacks so quick and so frequently that you're kind of
you're almost playing all in poker.
Yeah, and you don't have all your repertoire moves. You just don't have there.
Yeah, and like one of our guys here in the chat room says, far less crazy action in a tourney. I mean, I think at a poker table, I mean, we've all been, or at a cash game, we've all been to those cash games where, you know, just super live action, the exact opposite of this, right? All ins all the time, every hand. Where in tournaments, you don't necessarily get that because people don't last long doing that. You know, they're gone.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, I don't know, me, you, maybe Sean Drake, we fire, 5 bullets and see what happens.
Usually. Gotta get chips somehow.
Yeah, no skill for 30 big blind stacks. See, Aaron's gone. Jason's waking up with a fun little snapper here, 7-8 of clubs, and I think we're coming in for a raise here. We are. He's going to make it 65, it looks like.
It's a big
raise
open.
To 70, yeah, raise to 70. Sean's going to call it.
Well, there was a $20 straddle here from the first Sean, from Sean in seat 9.
What is the most expensive thing in the bar?
So Jason,
unfortunately, has an absolute garbage hand. I don't think he's going to play defend the straddle at all here.
Really? How much is it?
Sean has not shown us his cards.
Really? Hey, look at him turn random. I'll take yeah, he's paying for it.
4 away to the flop.
Nothing for the smaller cards here. Nate's got the best that we can see right here with a pair of jacks. Possible flush draw, hard draw out there. We don't know what Sean has.
And c-betting out of position into 3 other opponents is suicide for Jason. Harlan, however, says after both Sean and Jason check, he can only get by 1 player, and so he bets 300 with the 9-7. Gets Nate to lay down a pair of jacks, and he shows it.
He shows it, and I love how he has his hands like, geez, guys, that's all you had to do, like, geez. Just go ahead, you win.
Somehow.
For him, he's got to get by 1 player, and that's it.
You're not bluffing with the best 10. Yeah, we got 8-7 if we don't.
Hey, Nick. Oh, hey, your turn. Tiny straddle. Come on. We got 14. Yeah.
There you go.
Loosen you up, man.
So Aaron's got the straddle on this hand.
Aaron straddling, actions on Jason first here. 7-9, what I used to affectionately dub the Party Poker Special, because back in the day that hand just flopped and broke monsters for me. I don't know what it was, 7-9, every time Party Poker, it just killed it. But then again, it was Party Poker, so who knows what was really going on. It should be. I don't know. After Black Friday hit, I just kind of like disappeared off the online poker scene. Brian with pocket tens here in the small blind. It's 15 more to call the original straddle. I think we're going to see a little pop up there. Brian's going to raise it, make it to 95. No yawning. It's contagious.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
Your fault. I call your yawn.
I'll take credit in the blind.
I call your yawn.
Brian was 95 too.
Yeah, Nate's going to get out of there. Brian's going to take it.
Oh, yeah.
Those are scary no matter what.
Free money.
That was a very good.
That's what I love about this card list. There's decent action. I mean, even on it's a Wednesday night. It's nothing special. It's not like Friday. It's not Saturday. It's not a holiday. And I look around and I see what 7 live games running, something like that at least.
7 or 8 games, yeah, including we get the PLOs running right now. Got a couple 2-5 games. The 5-10, of course, we're streaming right now.
Oh, I didn't say.
So Jason's got the straddle on. Sean, they fold the ace jack.
I'm not sure. Yeah, wait for the action to cash up here. Looks like Sean called the 20.
Sean limps in the ace jack.
And Aaron's going to call Queen 9. Jason's going to check. Oh, an aggressive check from Jason. You see that?
Oh, really?
An aggressive
Very
check
aggressive.
there.
God.
Ball pair for Jason. Pair of jacks for Sean. She's going to be the best right now.
Inside straight drop for Aaron.
Sean's also got the nut spade too.
Actually, 6.
Which again doesn't matter once we big spade the no spade the turn.
31 time at the open.
Now Aaron is going to lead his straight draw.
That's 110 it looks like. No, I lied. 35.
35.
I thought that was a white.
Sean with the best hand.
Everybody.
He'll make a call.
Oh,
Trips jacks for Sean.
trips up on the river.
Yeah.
If Aaron decides to fire into Sean here, no, Aaron's going to check.
Weird how they do that on cycle.
Sean's obviously going to bet it here. I don't think we're going to see much from Aaron. Yeah, and Aaron's going to correctly get out of there.
Thank you.
I got it. How much is it?
For what?
$5.
You got off cheap.
So the other thing we might see, or unfortunately might not see, is when you first started doing all these live streams, it seems like the game would play like really snug, and then the moment the stream stopped, it would go nuts.
Yeah.
And you're just going absolutely insane. And players are like, oh, I don't want to like play all crazy, or they don't want to be criticized. When in reality, I think you're more profitable playing crazy, giving great action on you get free advertising.
Yeah, when people can see it, literally, you don't even have to show to get your advertising.
If anything, yeah, you want to be playing nuts while people can see you and think that you're a maniac, and then do the tighten up
You eating again, Peter?
later away from the stream and
So you just
get
get
paid off. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you have so much more better value on all of your good hands after that point.
At the same point, though, you can do the other way, like everyone will like, oh look, I'm such a nit, and then go crazy afterwards. But they're all going crazy afterwards. It seems like. I don't know. We'll see tonight. Ace 10 deuce, 2 clubs, pair of deuces for Drake. Checks through. Sean also has the only club. Sean Drake, that is. And the other Sean now rivers pair of kings to make the best hand.
Yeah, I almost feel like at one point maybe it might be worth it to throw on perhaps a live stream after the fact, even if it's not commentated. Just like leave the camera on, leave the card holds on, you know, something like that, right? Just for like another hour or something, see what happens. You know, just so players, if it's a real juicy game, might be down to check out some overtime.
And then we'll just live the players and tell them that's off. No, you can't move away from the live.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, we're not recording now.
They'd still be watching and they'd be like, this is weird. I don't know why I can still see it. It must be a glitch. Nate's coming in here with A7 suited. I'm gonna pop it up.
I don't know if did he straddle or did he open? Not sure.
20 makes me think it was a straddle.
Yeah.
Brian's gonna race to 90.
Mateo Galvan, to answer your question, yes. Stones, we've been open here, what, about a year and a half now?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
About a year and a half, Stones. Beautiful room.
Smoke free.
Smoke free. Great food here.
Yeah. Real nice atmosphere. I mean, it's real cool. Even if you come here, you don't necessarily come here to play cards. It's great food, great, like, basically kind of bar-ish nightclub, sometimes on the weekends next door.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Queen 4-3. Aaron's 10s are still best.
You like this? Yeah.
I had ace, king, flop, it was 2 kings.
It was kind of like that. It was
Brian now is going to try to steal this pot with a 9-8 of clubs. Aaron, who fell out of love with his 10s once the queen and the king hit the board.
And it's going to correctly work.
And he's got the worst
I
hand.
feel like Brian wanted to show it there. Did you see he almost flipped up the
You
flip?
feel that,
And
yeah,
it's nah, just kidding. Yeah, Mateo, yeah, no smoking is great. We were
Yeah.
recently talking about another tournament down the street that Jake was in, and you had such a thick smoke smell. I'll let him tell you.
Yeah, no, I days later trying to figure out, like, I kept smelling smoke, and it was, I mean, it gets in your clothes, but it was in my beard. It was, oh,
It
man.
is weird. I just feel it's hilarious. I can just see you just like scrubbing with conditioner, like please go away.
Always a big plus if you can get a smoke-free card room. Always a big plus. So Brian here wakes up, he ace queen suited. He's reaching for chips.
Stuck on that number.
There is a straddle on in this hand. Brian makes it 95 to go with ace queen. That's a big open. Now, in his defense, Nate, traditionally, he'll defend really, really wide. So some players will tend to like raise larger, try to get players more incentive to
And
fold.
check this out. Here you got some action. We got Jason here with Jack 3 suited. I think he's going to repop to 300.
Wow. Here we go.
Look at this. Insta call. Like almost no thought here from Brian. He's going to be in there. Heads up to the flop. Both have diamonds.
Queen, Jack 10. Both players catch a piece. Brian, of course, is best. He's also got the inside straight draw to Broadway. No diamond. 5 on the turn. And now Brian's gonna bet his queens. I gotta be honest though, I almost think you'd be more profitable checking and catching Jason's bluffs.
So Brian fires 250 into what was already a 600 and some change pot. Jason's thinking about what he wants to do here.
Unless you're thinking that Jason's betting specifically, with like pocket nines. I'm really surprised he got called by worse here.
Jason does have position.
Check.
Down. Brian's going to see that he has the best here.
I just wonder there for Brian, like, what do you think? I mean, now mind you, once again, we can see Jason's card. We see that he's 3-betting like super light, obviously. But like traditionally, like, what kind of what kind of 3-betting range or kind of hands in Jason's 3-betting range do you think you're going to get called by betting ace queen?
Exactly.
Generally, I mean, you're only going to get called by better. But Jason will.
Exactly. But then Jason, we've seen Jason do this multiple times. His range is so all over the place that at the end of the day, it's
Well, yeah,
he can be raising with anything, which is exactly what he had.
Which is why, and I think you'd be more profitable to be check calling there.
Yeah.
And because generally, most of the time when Brian leads ace queen there, Jason's just gonna fold, even though he's got a pair of jacks. Because Brian's flat out open and flat out 3-bet out of position, range is gonna have Jason crushed. He's very lucky that he actually got one street of value out of Jason. I'm surprised Jason called.
Welcome to the chat room, Deja Vu.
A for effort, Jason, but
Jason's gone here. He's gonna get out. Chandra gone. Harlan's out. Action back to Nate. 35 to call. He's good. Looks like he's gonna just make the call here. 4 players going to the flop. Spade draw for Tiny. The baby second nut spades here. Quick check around, it looks like. Here's the 9 on the turn. No help to anybody. King Jack high, technically, still the best that we can see right here. And the spades get there. Tiny makes small spades here. 185 already in the pod.
And Nate bets. That's 100. Tiny calls.
Just a flat call. And I'm not surprised. Tiny's not doing it. I mean, the way this game's been running, Tiny's not getting cute. He's not raising. He's just flat calling and scooping the pot. Of course, 58. Oh, there's, you see what Nate
Name me the straight.
Yeah, name me the straight there. 58 for the straight. Tiny makes tiny spades. No surprise there. Says downswings.
God.
Brian Stat, continual climber here. 4.5.
Yeah, he's having a good night.
Yeah, he's made
very
some
quietly having a good night.
Yeah, he's made some healthy stack increases there for sure. I like this new camera angle. You can see your beard a lot better. And people need to like respect
more perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
I trimmed too much off of it. I gotta bring it back out now.
Yeah, you have to go like full Gandalf, but like less white.
So Brian's got ace-10 suited here, under the gun +1. He limps. I got people to kill.
Aaron's got a fun little 10-jack suited snapper hand. Jason's got 2 cards. Oh, 2 cards that are not going to be played. He's gone. And Sean Drake's out of there. Harlan's coming in. And looks like Nate here is going to raise it up.
Nate makes it 40 to go out of the small blind with Queen Jack offsuit. A little bit of yuck. Peter.
It's a good little pot builder though with these hands. I think this could be a fun little flop.
And Harlan will call with a 5 Dewey. 9-5-3, 2 spades. Harlan makes the only pair here with this pair of 5s. Aaron does have 2 overs and a flush draw. It quickly checks over to Harlan, who bets 75. Nate, who originally got the action stirred up here out of the small blind with Queen Jack offsuit, he cannot continue. Peter's out of here. Now Aaron, we know, is going to call. Disco.
Boom, right there.
2 pair for Harlan,
that's the
and
worst
Aaron
pair.
makes spades.
That's the small light payoff spade here, and Aaron's going to check it over to Harlan. And I think if he puts in a sizable check raise here, I don't really see Harlan continuing in this hand. But you never know. He's just going to flat him. It looks like 200.
Harlan bets 200.
Just
calls. King on the river, and Aaron's going to check again.
Interesting.
Now Harlan, if you're in Harlan's spot, like would Aaron ever check a flush?
I personally would think no, and
I tend to agree with you.
I would think that my deuce 5 is clear, and that's what Harlan does. He's going to fire another 200 in the 8, and obviously got snap called real quick by Aaron. Yeah.
I actually think it's not a bad value bet by Harlan. Most
now, let me
players.
ask you this: he checked some of the river. Harlan bet, like I'm assuming Aaron was thinking. Does Aaron really put Harlan on bigger spades? Why doesn't Aaron raise there? Why doesn't Aaron pull the river check raise?
For the same reason, because he doesn't. There's not a lot of hands that he'd call him. He's going to call a river check raise.
Yeah, I got
like you're just gonna. You're only going to get called by better. I mean, and if he really was convinced that Harlan would have to have like a sider better to call there, and it's just so hard that even Harlan would push that sizing, you know.
Yeah, and especially the pot was 800. Harlan bet 200. He bet a quarter of the pot.
If anything,
it's almost a little fishy. You're like,
if anything, you might, if you do check raise, you can check raise like really small and like just like click back. He bet 200 on the river. You can make it 4.
Yeah, and then if he just goes super crazy, then you're like,
I think maybe it's just click back.
I go to the flop here. King 6-10 rainbow. Nate currently with the best of it here with a pair of 10s. Tiny's got bottom kicker or bottom pair, top kicker.
D. Wolf asked how long it took Bilzerian to bike from Vegas to LA. I think he did it in 36 hours. He had 48 hours to win the bet. I think he did it in 36. Now, interestingly, then they just got Brian Rast to do it on short notice. He had been training to take on the same bet for like only I think a week or so. He was supposed to, and then they said, well, how much if you just did it tomorrow? And they laid him at 6-1.
Whoa!
On 600K, and
they gave him 6-1.
It was 100K.
So 100K, 6-1. Nice. Okay.
So 600K to do it tomorrow. Can you just like do it and do the same thing within 48 hours?
Did he knock it out?
Yeah. Bang.
Yeah.
Rast.
What was his time on it?
I didn't see the total time that Rast did.
He said Bliss did it in 36.
Bilzerian, yeah, Blitz did it in 36. I'm not sure what time Rast did it, but they felt that with no training, there's no way you can get this done, and also like no drafting, you can't like have a falling through. Because that's the thing that was controversial about Bilzerian doing it is that he was drafting behind a van the entire time. So, so Rast. Who I also believe Rast.
Now, did he just go straight through? Did he power straight through? Did he stop? Did
he stopped him, right? So you
I was like, he's got it, right? I mean, you can't. I mean, you're not just like a robot tank here. ECE making another appearance.
ECE.
I think she's hopping in a seat here.
I think the Nets jumping in the 5-10 game, right on.
This should liven it up a bit.
Absolutely. That's great.
Peter, how's it going? Okay. Okay? Yeah. Kinda.
Gonna catch at least a few hands here with the net in it.
Awesome.
So yeah, so Rast won that bet. I know that. And then he also won. He said, I believe Rast won the fight against
Tank.
God, what kind of thing? I'm Sorrel Missy.
You're a beast, dude. I love it. It's just like whatever prop bet you want. Like just give it to me. I'm in.
And their fight was for charity as well, same as Olivier Biscay and JC Alvarado.
I love it. Jason picks up a spade draw here.
Biscay's going to be on the Part-Time Poker podcast with Barbara. Oh,
Yeah. That's going to be rad. That's going to be super rad. I'll make sure to tune into that. Jason's going to fire out his nut flush draw here. Aaron checks over to him. Peter's going to escape, and I think Aaron most likely going to do the same. Jason fired out, and it's going to work. And he's going to show.
They're showing a lot of hands.
Yeah.
I keep secret.
And it's funny because Jason's one of those players where no matter what he shows, you're just kind of like, yep, okay. Like, I'm not surprised. It doesn't matter. Like, oh, I would have never thought that you actually had that. You're like, yeah, all right. But I think that's the sign of a good player who always keeps them guessing. You know what I mean? If you don't know what they have ever, then you're doing it right.
Straddle.
Poker Pro Eric says that Olivier was one of these skates. Hats off to Alvarado for taking that fight for charity with Olivier. Olivier, was, I think he got? It was like 20 pounds on him or something. It was. They were not sized up well.
Oh yeah, no, something like that never is.
But they're not fighters. You know, they're poker
that's
players.
what I mean. That's what I love. It's just like it's all the random side bets and poker straight. It's just like no, it's all. It's just money. Let's hang out. Let's see what happens.
We got a honey badger.
Oh, the honey badge.
Raise.
You got Brian over here from the small blind. And he's out of there. Alright guys, looks like this is the last hand we're going to be seeing here. So it looks like Jason had raised to 35. Harlan calls the 35. Peter calls 35. And I think Tiny maybe got out of here. Oh, I'm sorry. Peter with the ace king had actually re-raised to 285. And everybody else folded. Now it's back on Jason here. 250 to call with the mystery hand.
Cannot see Jason's cards, but he's reaching for chips.
Oh, he's reaching for what looks like re-raise chips here.
And here is
what, 900, 800, something like that?
It's a big raise.
Look at the net's face here.
Jason's got a hit king.
Look at the net's face. Like, what are you doing? Are you doing this? Oh, I love the ace king battles. It's who plays it better, who wore it better, right here. I think Harlan. We can't see him, but I'm sure he's out of this hand.
Rosin 360. I concur. 800 total to go from Jason. And this sizing versus Peter Stack looks like he's trying to get it in.
Oh, and is the last hand.
all
Peter's
in.
going to get it in. He is going to get it in. And we're most likely going to see a chop here unless we see 4 of any one suit. And it's great because both of them have all the suits covered. So
Yeah.
4 of any one
All
suit
suits
is
are
will not
live.
be a chop pot. And both black, both red.
Of course, Jason now has to call.
Right, board.
And unless we see
Two
spade on the
spades.
turn.
Jason's
Spade
got
on the turn.
backdoor spades.
Oh, no, do
Jason's
it.
live.
Oh, it's good.
Sick.
And he makes the nuts too. Oh, it's so
And now
nasty.
Peter's now on his way to getting 3/4.
Oh God, it's so.
They are running the board. They are running it twice.
Oh yeah, now it's chop chop.
Now Peter's got diamonds. No diamonds. All right, so Jason's gonna 3/4 Peter.
Not only does he make all spades, but he makes the nut spades. Wow.
And so we finally get action.
Yeah, we got action, guys. It might have
Last
been the
hand of the
last
night.
hand. It might have been the last hand, but we finally found ourselves.
For those of you who stuck around, you're welcome.
Yeah, I know.
And thank you.
You guys waited for this one hand here.
Seriously.
This was it.
So Jason, who was more than content to get in against Peter's stack with the ace king, running the board twice. And to Peter's benefit, they ran it twice. They ran it that once, and Peter scooped. Yeah, so
yeah, that was
tough break. So interesting spot tonight. It was And we saw a couple wacky hands, a couple of really crazy weird laydowns, some weird betting lines taken from players. And
you're gonna stab at least 2 or 3 people for limping with pocket pairs.
Yeah, for just playing passively. But I really think what happened was everyone saw the lineup, and there were some, traditional players that players that love to put pressure on their opponents, that really like to splash some chips around. And I really think everyone looked at that lineup and said, okay, well, I'm going to snug it up to be the one guy who's not, and I'll just rely on my reputation of being that player to pay me off. And they all did it.
Yeah, no, I feel like everybody there was in a snuggie, straight up.
No bueno.
But we still had some fun. Always fun with J&J in the
good
booth.
game.
Pocket J's. For seriously, next broadcast Saturday. Stone Survivor.
Survivor Series.
Don't miss it.
Vote for your best or your favorite player, and vote for the best player. Screw that.
Yeah.
And we'll be picking our 3rd contestant to put in a single table sit and go. And get your bios in for the week 4 or week 5 and any other game that you want to play. Yeah.
That's it. We're doing it.
Awesome, guys. All right. Thank you.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Have a good one.